event becomes almost as important as the game itself. There was such an occurrence this week, and Dick Enberg has some thoughts on that.
As a young reporter many years ago, the great Red Barber defined the real challenge of being a sportscaster to me. Richard, he said in that soft Southern style, what makes this job uniquely difficult is that we go to a game, turn on a microphone, talk 2 or 3 hours without a script, turn off the microphone, and not remember a single phrase we've said. And indeed, there's never been a broadcast when I've listened to the tape afterwards that I hadn't wished I'd said something better or was surprised at what I actually had said. But in the booth, we are live at game time. We have no proofreaders. There are no rewrites. Microphones don't come with erasers. And there are times when we all wish they did. All of which is to follow up on the amazing overreaction by some to the Cosell call of the past week. When Howard first defended himself, claiming he hadn't even made the Alvin Garrett comment, I believe he really didn't know that he'd said it. And Howard Cosell doesn't need me to defend him. I don't always agree with his style or his self-appraisal, but I do admire his talent and considerable contribution to the sportscasting profession. And Cosell, a racist? That's totally absurd. To the contrary, his record in support of blacks and black athletes is to be admired and applauded. And where are the voices for his positive contributions? Alvin Garrett wasn't offended. He reportedly thought it a compliment. Goodness, we do seem so eager to criticize and yet so reluctant to acknowledge the good things that are reported. Give us our deserved criticism when we are truly offensive or undutifully insensitive or consciously unkind. But the furor over this, as my late grandfather used to say, what a waste of good time. Why, it's just monkey business. Or can I say that? This is Dick Enberg, Shea Stadium for NFL 83.
Thank you, Dick Enberg. And that'll do it for this edition of NFL 83. Remember, we'll be here in our studios throughout the day. We'll have scores, football and baseball. We'll have highlights, updates. We'll also have Marv Levy with his instant key play. So for all of us at NFL 83, I'm Len Berman. One of the big events we'll be watching, what else? John Elway in Baltimore. Despite his bad week last week, he is expected to start today. In fact, both sidelines today will be watching him very closely. They'll be watching every step he takes and every move that he makes.
Hi, I'm William Gay with the Detroit Lions. I had 5.5 sacks against Tampa Bay. Brian Sipe, I'm coming to get you.
Bill Gay had a great game last week, no question about it. But we've got a few tricks for him this week. So when we drop back to throw, Bill Gay, you better watch out.
Those statements set the scene as we get set for action as the Cleveland Browns go against the Detroit Lions here in the Silverdome. Today's game is brought to you by Mazda, who invites you to experience the remarkable Mazda RX-7. By Southern Pacific, 41,000 people working in 18 industries all across America. And by the Pabst Brewing Company, brewers of Pabst Blue Ribbon Beer. For the real taste of beer, Pabst is the place. A pleasant good afternoon, everybody. Jay Randolph to call the play-by-play, and alongside, great to have Mr. Gene Washington with us today. The man in the middle is Sam Rutigliano, the head coach of the Browns. Sam, what's the key to this game this afternoon?
There's no question about it. Their defensive front four has to be one of the best in the National Football League. We have to secure the middle and do an excellent job with Doug Deacon matching up on Bill Gay.
Let's see what Mr. Washington would like to ask you.
Obviously, I'd like to know something about the offense. Billy Sims is a key for Detroit. He was held at 37 yards last week by Tampa. You think he can duplicate that?
I would like to, Gene, but I think it's going to be a difficult task. They like to run the ball. And obviously, Jones is a fine fullback, but Billy Sims is the key to the running attack. And that's very important for us to control him.
Sam, thank you very much, and good luck to you. Interconference action coming up. The Cleveland Browns and the Detroit Lions. And it's very warm in the Silverdome. No air conditioning in this big building here in Pontiac. And the temperature up in the high 80s as we get set for the kickoff. The Browns in their orange pants. There's Eric Hipple, who will be at the controls. A four-year man from Utah State for Monty Clark's Detroit Lions. The Lions 1-0 in their Honolulu blue and silver. The Browns 0-1. The Browns were 4-5 in the strike-shortened 82 season, and the Lions also 4-5. In preseason, the Lions 2-2. Cleveland was 3-1. Getting set to put the ball in play is Matt Barr, and back to receive Alvin Hall, number 35. He's on the left. Robbie Martin, number 83, on the right.
Jay, don't be surprised if Cleveland overshifts on this kickoff. They're going to try to keep the ball to the corner of the field so they can get better angles.
There it is. And it is angled toward the far sideline. That's Alvin Hall coming out at the 15. Gets to the 20, and as he stepped over the 21-yard line, the Browns' Eddie Johnson, the third-year linebacker from Louisville, Johnson came through to make the play, number 48. The Lions on offense with Eric Hipple, James Jones, and Billy Sims. The receivers are Nichols, Thompson, and Ulysses Norris. Amos Fowler in the middle. Dietrich along with Elias, Greco, and Dorney. First down. The pitch back comes to Billy Sims. Sims across the 25, battles near the 30-yard line. He was met by Bob Golick, the nose man, number 79. Sims coming into today's game with a 2.6 rushing average. Camp, Golick, and Baldwin on the defensive unit. We've got Banks and Matthews, along with Ambrose and Cousineau as the linebackers. Brazil and Dixon, Burrell and Whitwell in the secondary. The call again to Sims. Penalty marker is down. Sims across the 40 to the 42-yard line, upended by Clay Matthews, but holding against the Detroit Lions will nullify this fine run.
Well, Billy Sims didn't have a very good week. Last week against Tampa, they held him to 37 yards, but he has a huge hole in there. I guess the reason is because they were holding. Detroit needs a very good performance from Sims today if they're going to be effective.
Referee Red Cashin. And at the moment, his microphone not operating here, apparently. The penalty will put the ball back at the 20-yard line. It'll be second down and about 12 for the Lions. Norris and Nichols come to the near side. Thompson goes to the far side. Hipple 14 of 24 last week. First pass complete today to Norris. And now they call it off incomplete as the ball was banged away by the linebacker on the outside right, Matthews, and the left inside linebacker, Dick Ambrose. The Cleveland Browns didn't tackle very well last week, Gene, according to that man, Sam Ratigliano, and he's had some tackling drills and a little scrimmaging this week.
Well, that's one way to get your point across, right? They would love to be in this situation. They want to get into their nickel defense. That's where the Browns bring in 5 defensive backs. They want to get Detroit in the shotgun or spread formation because Billy Sims obviously is less effective from this formation.
That's what's happened. Perry has come in. Ambrose has come out. Extra wide receiver in. Throw down the sideline for Thompson. Thompson going. Touchdown, Detroit. Larry Brazil, the cornerback over there, fell down. And Leonard Thompson from Oklahoma State, who caught 6 passes in the opener, has the touchdown in the early going.
Jay, when I played here at Detroit, I really couldn't understand why Leonard Thompson didn't get the football thrown to him much more. He's got great speed. Hipple just throws the ball up as far as he can. Brazil just can't keep up with Thompson. Here he stumbles. He tries to tackle Thompson because he knows he's going to have a touchdown. Once he gets the ball out in front, there's no catching him.
So the Lions are on the board, and the point after. Eddie Murray will attempt. Eric Hipple holds. It is up. Penalty markers are down. Illegal procedure against Cleveland. The point after is good.
Point 7, Cleveland, nothing.
And the Lions have a 7-0 advantage. A timeout here at the Silver Dome with just 13:50 left to play in this first quarter. Lions 7-0. Kickoff. Dwight Walker, 42. Dino Hall, number 26, to receive for Cleveland. Well, the Lions get an early score, a 78-yard pass, Hipple to Thompson. And this kick drives Hall back into the end zone. He downs it, and it'll come out to the 20-yard line. Oh, we'll see the Cleveland Browns operate offensively for the first time this afternoon. You saw Brian Sipe at the top of the show, the 10-year man from San Diego State. Dwight Walker and Mike Pruitt will be in the backfield. Bobby Jones, Ricky Feature, and Ozzie Newsome. Some fine receivers there. Mike Babb is in the middle. Delamalore and Jackson. Deacon, his 172nd regular season game, along with Cody Risen. A little delay and nothing doing. Mike Pruitt. No gain on the play. Defensively for the Detroit Lions, Green made that last tackle, and he has Dawson and English and Bill Gay up front there. Cobb, Williams, and Fantetti are the linebackers. Demetrius Johnson, the rookie from Missouri, playing for William Graham at strong safety. Watkins and Hall and Latimer are there. Second down. Sipe, quick throw, complete. Out to the 27-yard line to Ricky Feature. We'll probably see a lot of that type of passing from Brian Sipe. The 5-step drop and the quick throw. Latimer, number 43, on the coverage.
One of the reasons they're doing this is so this man, number 79, Bill Gay, who got 5.5 sacks last week against Tampa, won't be able to get back there and disrupt the timing of Sipe. They're going to do those 5-step drops, try to get rid of the ball quickly. But a lot of teams are doing that now, Jay. San Diego, of course, has had great success with it. Dan Fouts has rolled up a lot of 300-yard games by doing that very thing.
Third down and 3. That's Jones going in motion. Sipe is rushed, had to get rid of it quickly as he was really pursued by Curtis Green, number 62. Ozzie Newsome was out in the area, but he couldn't have gotten to that one as Sipe had to bail out very quickly. Aggressive play for the Lions and punting time for Cleveland. The Browns punter is Jeff Gossett. He came over from Kansas City. Steve Cox will be out for at least 4 more weeks after that neurological problem and the shunt, which was inserted in his body. Robbie Martin, number 83, back to receive the punt. Gossett averaged 43.8 in the opening Sunday. The veteran kicker was let go by Kansas City. This is a high floater, penalty marker down, and the ball went out of bounds at the Lion 40-yard line. It looks like we have roughing the kicker, and not in this case running into the kicker. It was a 33-yard punt, and the flag down, back downfield as Gossett limps off. Mike Coper, the defensive end. Coper, number 66, was the man, I believe, that made contact. Red Cashin, the referee, his microphone still not working. Here's a look at it again.
Well, you can see the defender diving in, trying to block the punt. And then what happened is when he missed the block, he rolled over on the kicker's ankle.
First down up at the 31-yard line. Pruitt and Johnny Davis are now in the backfield for the Browns. Davis, the 6-year man from Alabama. That's Pruitt banging through near the 40-yard line.
Flag down.
Tackle made by Doug English, number 78. Holding against Cleveland. 12:05 left to play. We're in the first quarter. The Detroit Lions are leading after a 70-yard touchdown pass, 78-yard touchdown pass, Hipple to Thompson. 51-year-old Sam Ratigliano, born in Brooklyn, the Browns' 6th head coach. Johnny Davis has come out of the lineup for the Cleveland Browns, and Dwight Walker, number 42, is back in there. There's Monty Clark.
At the Browns,
used to play for the Cleveland Browns in his 6th season as the Lions head coach, 46 years old. Sipe gets it out. Coming up the sideline, Walker across the 25. Fantetti and Demetrius Johnson made the tackle. Babb and Delamalier, 61 and 64 in the middle of that brown line, doing a good job outside there. The gain is just over the 25 to the 26, where it's going to be second down and about 16.
Of course, this gives the Lions their opportunity to come with their nickel defense, get their 5 backs in there.
We've got Harry Holt, the rookie, at tight end number 81 in there with Newsome now, and Bobby Jones. Jones goes to the far side. Feature comes to the near side. And Detroit is in the nickel. They have Bruce McNorton, the second-year man from Little Georgetown of Kentucky, in there. And intercepted. Albert Latimer, the right cornerback, and now they wave the play off. And are they going to say he trapped it? That's what they're going to indicate, that Albert Latimer trapped that ball. He had an interception last week. The free agent, his 4th year from Clemson.
Well, it bounced around on the ground. You can look at the smile on his face. He knew that if he'd gotten away with that one, he would have been stealing.
Well, from our angle, it looked like it might have been a pretty good trap, but he did not have control, and the ball goes back to the 26-yard line. Lions leading 7-0. Sipes been under a good deal of pressure in the early going. Pruitt is out of there now. Newsome and Holt and Feature and Jones are all in there. Single setback. Walker behind Sipe. Sipe up over the middle, and
interference.
No call. You thought it was interference. Demetrius Johnson, the rookie who's playing for William Graham at strong safety, was all over Ricky Feature. There is a flag back down at the 15-yard line.
Well, let's take a look at the replay. I don't know if we're going to get a good look at it or not, but I thought it was interference. You judge for yourself. It looks like interference to me.
Well, you're an old wide receiver. You should know better than anybody, right? Holding is apparently called against the Browns. That is going to be refused. It'll bring up a punting situation for Jeff Gossett, picked up on waivers from Kansas City. Gossett played at Eastern Illinois, had a 45.9 preseason average, and was cut by John Makovic, the new head coach at Kansas City. Robbie Patton, number 83, is set to receive. Gossett gets this one away. High spiral to the far sideline and going out of bounds. And they're going to mark it at the 36-yard line. So Detroit will take over after a 37-yard punt. The punt's measured, of course, right from the line of scrimmage. Detroit 7-0.
Experience the 1983 Mazda RX-7. Experience an outstanding sports car value. Experience the RX-7's high level of standard equipment, including new contoured bucket seats, full instrumentation, and 5-speed overdrive. Experience Mazda RX-7, an exceptional performer, and an exceptional sports car value. The more you look, the more you like the Mazda Experience.
A welder becomes mysteriously ill, then another, and another. An environmental expert from Aetna Life and Casualty is called in. He does some tests and makes a startling discovery. Vapors from a chemical solvent, combined with the heat of the welding, produced a deadly gas. Once Aetna solved the mystery, the workers could return to work safely. One more reason more and more companies are glad they met Aetna.
Aetna, I'm glad I met you.
Wednesday, it's the season premiere of Real People, a 3-week whistle-stop tour of non-stop fun across America when the Real People Express rides again.
Be there.
Jay Randolph and Gene Washington, the Lions on the board early here.
It's a big pass play. But the key to this football game is going to be the play of the offensive line. Whichever offensive line plays the best, they're going to win the football game.
Bring you up to date on a couple of scores. Early on, Washington has taken the lead 7-0 over Philadelphia. Pittsburgh 7-0 over Green Bay. Franco Harris scoring in that one. Theismann, a 12-yard pass for the touchdown. And one other score, St. Louis with Jimmy Hart playing. A pass to Green of 39 yards, 7-0 in the first period. Some early scores for you. Here it is 7-0. The Lions are up after a 78-yard touchdown pass from Eric Hipple to Leonard Thompson.
Well, we're waiting for the referee to get his
through to us. Wired for sound. Red Cashin working with umpire Art Demas today. The head linesman is LaCorey Haggerty. The line judge, Vern Marshall. The back judge, Ben Tompkins. Nate Jones, the side judge, and Bob Wortman is the field judge. Green Bay has come back very quickly in that action with the Steelers, and it's 7-7, an interconference game.
But getting back to the action here at the field, the Lions really want to run the football. Monty Clark being in Miami when they went 17-0 and won the Super Bowl, he loves to run the ball. Number 20, Billy Sims, is a man that he wants to do that with. The challenge for Cleveland is to stop the run to the outside. They want to try to funnel them back inside. And, of course, the linebackers in the 3-4 defense are the key. Cleveland's linebackers as a group probably the best in football. So it's a good matchup.
Number 16 is Gary Danielson there with Monty Clark. And, of course, former Baltimore coach Ted Marcia-Broda alongside there. The pitch back coming to Billy Sims. Sims getting to the 39-yard line before he's thrown back by Tom Cousineau, number 50, and Bob Golick, number 79.
Well, that's exactly the kind of action that we'll probably see a lot of, at least until one team wins. If Detroit can do that, if they can gain 4 or more yards on that play, they're going to keep doing it. He got about 3 that time.
You talk about one team winning. There are a lot of different individual battles and team battles that go on the field to make the overall game. No question about that. Second down, penalty marker is down, and the pass is complete to James Jones. Jones got it to the 44-yard line. Cousineau making the tackle, number 50, with help from Reggie Camp, number 96. And we'll see what the penalty call is here. Eric Hipple, 16 touchdowns, 20 interceptions in his 4 career years. And they're going to march it off against the Lions.
Illegal motion, number 80 on the offense, still second down.
The call going against Norris, the tight end, number 80. And he comes to the sideline. Ball now at the 34. We've got Nichols, 86, Thompson, 39, and Chadwick, 89 in there now as the receivers. Out of the shotgun. Hipple throws it out. Billy Sims is at the 35 and gets near the 40. Tackle made by Clay Matthews, the right outside linebacker. Banks with good pursuit. Let's go to New York and an update from NFL 83.
Thanks, Jay. Len Berman in New York, and moments ago in Green Bay, Lynn Dickey picked right up where he left off last week. He goes bombs away, 71 yards to James Lofton. Franco Harris had scored earlier for Pittsburgh, so it's tied at 7. Back to Detroit.
Well, here's a replay. Hipple getting the ball out to Sims. Does some fancy footwork over there.
Here's a pass now that is incomplete, as Hipple had pressure from Chip Banks. Banks, number 56. And Hipple had to get rid of that football very quickly. Mike Black will come in to do the punting. First time we've seen him so far this afternoon. Black is a rookie from Arizona State. Averaged 43.4 yards in college. Dwight Walker downfield, number 42, at the 15, steps up at the 20, out to the 24-yard line. Walker on the return, stopped by Martin Moss, number 63, on the specialty unit. We'll be back with more as Detroit leads 7-0. Oh. So Ozzie Newsome, the tight end, come out, one of the best in the business. Davis and Pruitt in the backfield. That is Johnny Davis. Davis out to the 35, the 40, and up to the 41-yard line. Demetrius Johnson, number 21. Bobby Watkins, 27 on the tackle. Good blocks by Newsome, 82, and Jones, 89.
Well, this is a good example of not stopping your feet. Coaches tell the running backs all the time, when you hit up in there, don't stop your feet, keep them moving. This is exactly what Johnny Davis does. Runs into that pile, bounces back outside. You see number 82, Ozzie Newsome, coming over to help out on the block. Six-year man out of Alabama.
Ozzie and Johnny played together, of course, for Bear Bryant. It is a first down. Penalty markers fly as it looked like the Lions were offside on the right side. Pruitt got the call, and he got it to the 45-yard line.
Well, I think he drew Bill Gay offsides with his voice inflection. Bill Gay, after getting 5.5 sacks last week, is all pumped up, getting a lot of publicity, and is very excited today. As a matter of fact, I think he might be a little too excited.
The penalty will be marched off against the Lions. Ball will be placed at the 46-yard line.
Offside, number 79 on the defense, still first down.
Gay, of course, came here in 78 for Charlie West. Originally Denver's number 2 draft choice as a tight end back in 78. 4 penalties against Detroit for 25 yards. 1st and 5. Pruitt and Davis behind Brian Sipe. Mike Pruitt short of a first down as he got near the 50, upended by number 78, Doug English.
Doug English has been the most consistent defensive lineman for Detroit for the last several years. Been to the Pro Bowl, I think, 3 years in a row. Retired for a short while, but Monty Clark was very, very pleased when he decided to come back and play football. He's just done an excellent job anchoring that defensive line.
English right there, number 78. Played at the University of Texas for Darrell Royal in his 7th season, a number 2 draft choice. Ozzie Newsome and Harry Holt, double tight end alignment in there now. The one setback, Mike Pruitt. Newsome going in motion, and Pruitt moving across the 50 and into Lion territory at the 48-yard line. Got near the 47. Ken Fantetti, number 57, on the tackle. Last Sunday, the Browns lost to Minnesota 27-21 at Cleveland Stadium. The Vikings led 17-7 at halftime. Sipe was 20 for 33 and 223 yards in that game. But a late interception by Rufus Bess secured the win for Minnesota. The Lions shut out Tampa Bay. More about that in a moment. First down. 7-0 Lions. 7:30 to play, first quarter. This one is incomplete. Harry Holt, the rookie from Arizona, who played 5 years for the British Columbia Lions up in the CFL, had a chance to make the catch. Gary Cobb, 53, and Demetrius Johnson, 21, on the coverage.
Well, there's Harry Holt, went up. He had his hands on the ball. I think he should have come down with it. But he's an excellent football player. I had the opportunity to see him play last season up in Canada. He's a big guy, excellent speed, and they expect great things from here in the future.
That's right. You spent a little time up in Canada when the strike was on, didn't you?
That's right.
2nd down and 10. Penalty marker down. The Lions may have been offsides again as Mike Pruitt goes through. Pruitt getting to the 43-yard line. Gay, number 79, on the tackle. The Giants have taken an early 3-0 lead. Cheek with a 37-yard field goal in that one. 4:20 left in the first quarter. Monty Clark.
There's his defensive coordinator, Ed Beard, who he brought out of retirement. And their defensive coordinator, Jackie Simpson, had an untimely death.
Offside. Defense on the left side. Still 2nd down.
Well, it was number 62, Curtis Green. It was a guilty party.
Ball is between the 42 and 43-yard line. The penalty yardage here. 6:40 left to go in the first quarter. Lions leading 7-0. Pruitt and Davis behind Brian Sipe. Sipe with a deep drop this time, going long down the middle, and it is a touchdown to Ricky Feature. What a splendid throw by Brian Sipe, and the Browns fans who have come over from Cleveland loved it. He beat Albert Latimer, who was right there stride for stride with him.
Well, I spoke with the defensive back coach, Mel Phillips, before the game. He said Sipe scares us to death because he loves to throw the ball downfield. He's very successful in this situation, hitting their speedster, Ricky Feature. And I really don't understand what happened to the free safety, Alvin Hall. He's the guy that should have been in the hole on that situation.
Matt Barr out of the hold of Paul McDonald, boots it through. 6 minutes and 33 seconds left to go in the first quarter. Cleveland has tied it up here in the Silverdome. They're on the big board here. 5 plays, 75 yards. It's Ricky Feature in the background there, number 83. The kickoff, Barr, Alvin Hall, and Robbie Martin. That's Hall coming out at the goal line. He's at the 10, in trouble, went down at the 14-yard line. Leading the way, number 29, Hanford Dixon, along with 21, Mike Whitewell.
Well, it's paid off for the Browns, kicking the ball to the side of the field, trying to get better angles. Let's take another look at this touchdown. I was wondering where the free safety was on this play. I think I know what might have happened. He was probably up tight, trying to cover the tight end, thinking that the ball might go to Ozzie Newsome. When he saw it was being thrown downfield, it was just too late. There he is, number 35, in the middle of the program, in the middle of the picture. That's Alvin Hall. Normally, he's responsible for anything deep in the middle, but I think he was taking a peek at Ozzie Newsome.
Hipple on first down, throws to Thompson, complete at the 21-yard line. Tom Cousineau, number 50, and Larry Brazil, number 47, on the stop. Leonard Thompson caught 6 passes for 80 yards and a 13.3 average in the opener last week, as the Lions did shut out Tampa Bay 11-0 at Tampa.
But they're going to have to give Larry Brazil some help on that side with Leonard Thompson. It's just a mismatch in speed. Thompson's
second down and 8. Jones, the rookie, very close to a first down. Dick Ambrose, number 52. Clay Matthews, 57, on the tackle. Cousineau, number 50, getting up. He's the last man there. And the St. Louis Cardinals have marched out in front of Dallas 10-0 in the first quarter, as 39-year-old Jim Hart got the call there today for Neil Lomax. Neil O'Donohue has kicked a 23-yard field goal to add on to that touchdown that they had earlier. Here it is 7-7 with 5.5 to go in the first quarter. First down, Lions at their own 25-yard line. And look here. Cleveland had a blitz on. That's what you call a little early blitz. A little early blitz.
That was
Ambrose were coming.
A full blitz. They had the safety coming on that one.
Ambrose right there, number 52, was leading the way.
I think Clinton Burrell, he's coming so fast it's a blur. There he is, number 49 in the middle of the picture. Can't stop. They're all coming.
Look at those Detroit linemen just standing
number 49
there.
on the defense. Still first down.
First and 5 coming up as the ball is moved out to the line, 30-yard line. Pitchback coming to Jones. Penalty marker down. Another penalty marker down. One flag thrown back at the 25. Another one thrown up at the 32. Matthews 57 and Golick 79 on the tackle. Procedure call against Detroit. Holding against Detroit.
Well, there's Monty Clark tugging on his ear and discussing his plays with his offensive coordinator, Ted Marchibroda, to his right. I think they're going to have a tough time, though, Jay, running that sweep against this Cleveland defense. I think their linebackers are just too good.
The offense was not set for a full second. That penalty is declined. Holding, number 72 on the offense. That penalty is accepted. Still first down.
The call going against 72, Chris Dietrich, the 4-year man from North Carolina State. Lions now with 40 yards in penalties. The Browns 2 for 15. First and 15. Nichols and Thompson both to the near side. Hipple looking over there. In motion goes Nichols. Hipple is hit. Lost the ball. And they piled up and held on. Clay Matthews came across number 57, the linebacker, and made a fine play. He did not play well last week. Did not tackle well. But the big guy from USC made a fine play there. That's why they drafted him number 1 in 78.
But he's been a good, solid performer for the Browns. He's a senior citizen on the defense with only 6 years of experience. They're a young defensive team, but he's rarely out of place, rarely fooled. Just had one of those games last week, Jay, and that happens.
Rod Perry now is in the secondary for the Browns. Picked up on waivers from Los Angeles. He's number 40. Ambrose comes out. The Browns are in the nickel. Hipple on the run, throws into the middle, complete. The rookie, Jeff Chadwick, all alone, just short of a first down at the 35. Chip Banks credited with the tackle. Might have the first down. Let's see, they do. I thought it was just shy of the first down, but they placed it on the 35 with a big play.
Well, I think he picked it up on his second effort. Hipple throwing the ball down the middle. He's all alone. Chadwick goes down, sort of rolls over, and I think he got it when he rolled over and stretched his arms out a little bit. But the Browns are paying a lot of attention to Leonard Thompson on the outside, and that's what left Chadwick in the middle with no one around him.
21-yard play and a first down. Hipple bails out to Billy Sims. Sims spinning away to midfield, and another first down for the Lions. Burrell 49 and Golick 79 on the tackle.
Well, Billy Sims was held at 37 yards last week on the ground, but he's an excellent pass receiver. Last year he led the team with 34 receptions, and when he gets the football out in the open field, he knows what to do with it. Look at these spin moves. Excellent running. Great back, Billy Sims.
Sims, the former All-American at Oklahoma, and a tough man one-on-one. There he goes again. Down to the 43-yard line. Tom Cousineau, number 50, and Quentin Burrell, number 49, made the tackle. 2 minutes and 50 seconds left to play in the first quarter. The Lions and the Browns are tied 7-7. This one is beginning to unravel and shape up as a dandy. There's number 16, Gary Danielson, the 7-year man from Purdue, the backup quarterback. He sends in the signals. The man with that chart in his hand, Ted Marshabrota. On second and 4. James Jones, short of the first down. He got near the 40 before Clay Matthews, number 57, the outside linebacker, wrapped him up. Burrell, 49, was also there. Hipple, a number 4 draft choice. Had a great debut, remember, in October of 1980. Threw 4 touchdown passes in his first start against the Chicago Bears. Danielson along the sidelines conferring. Reese McCall has come into the game now, number 81. And along with Norris, number 80, they have the 2 tight end alignment on 3rd down and a yard. And the give to Jones. He's got the first down. Getting it to the 37-yard line. Golick 79 and Al Gross, number 31. Gross in there as an extra man defensively. They made the tackle. First down for the Lions. There's the signals being sent out. What's all that mean, Gene?
That means play hard. Well, the Lions drafted number 30, James Jones, as a guy to run inside and block for Billy Sims. Did a good job of running on that play, but he's turned out to be an excellent pass receiver.
First down at the 37-yard line.
Blitz.
And Hipple got it away, and it was almost caught, and there's a penalty mark.
That penalty shouldn't be thrown because that ball was tipped. If they called pass interference, Jay, I don't think they saw I think the ball was tipped Let's see if you can see this ball. It's going to be a blitz. There comes Burrell. That ball is tipped. That ball, now I don't think you can call interference. Because
number 47 on the defense, first down.
And you may not think they can call it, but they did.
Well, they did, but I think they're wrong. I'll have to check the records, but I think once the ball is tipped,
it's off.
Then everything's off.
Yep, I think that's correct. Ball goes to the 29-yard line. There's the penalty situation. A first down for the Lions with 58 seconds left to go in the first quarter. That's Norris coming in motion. Billy Sims gets a yard at most. Reggie Camp, big number 96, made the play. Number 16, Gary Danielson on the right, talking it over.
No, that's Paul McDonald.
Paul McDonald, I should say, talking it over with Brian Sipe. McDonald played at USC. Fourth-round draft choice in 1980. Paul McDonald. Hipple rolling right and throwing and completing to Jones. Jones is out of bounds at the 23-yard line. Stop the clock with 17 seconds remaining in this first quarter.
Well, the Lions like to get the football to Sims and Jones on those short passes. Jones being the rookie, as I mentioned before, they expect him to block well, but he's surprised everybody with his pass receiving ability. Now people can't focus on Billy Sims so much when he comes out of the backfield on a passing route, because Jones is a very capable receiver.
Third down and 5. Out of the shotgun, Hipple over the middle. Intercepted. Intercepted by Hanford Dixon. Dixon coming back. Hanford Dixon, 4 interceptions in '82, made the all-rookie team a couple of years ago out of southern Mississippi. A very big play indeed. There's a penalty marker down back at the 18-yard line.
Well, Hipple is trying to get the ball to Jeff Chadwick, but Hanford Dixon does an excellent job. He's got good coverage, makes a dive here for the interception. Comes up with it. That's a very big play. Hanford Dixon has an awful lot of speed.
They're going to rule the interception stands, but a penalty will come against Cleveland. He marked off from the 18, back to the 9.
Illegal block. Number 56 of the defense during the run back. Half the distance to the goal. First down and 10.
Call went against number 56, Chip Banks. De Leon, their number 54. Matthews, 57. The ball will be placed then at the 9, and it's first down with 5 seconds left in the first quarter. The Browns have Pruitt and Davis in the backfield. And Sipe's going to throw. Up the middle, Ozzie Newsome at the 15-yard line. Ken Fantetti, number 57, the linebacker. Jimmy Williams, 59, the outside backer, made the tackle. End of the first quarter, 7-7. With Gene Washington, Jay Randolph here in the Silverdome as we get set to go into the second period. Mr. Washington, what do you think of this one up to now?
Well, Jay, my money is always on the team whose offensive line plays the best. So far in the ball game, I think that advantage goes to Detroit. Their offensive line has really taken it to Cleveland. Although the score is tied, they've still played better on the offensive line.
Second down and 4. Newsome in motion. Handoff going to Mike Pruitt. And Pruitt has a first down out of the 25-yard line. That's Pruitt at his best, spinning and working his way upfield. Latimer 43 and Hall 35 on the tackle.
But it also helps when you have a center like number 61, Mike Babb, opening those holes. That's not to take anything away from Mike Pruitt, who's a strong runner, a lot of speed, but you have to have that play of the offensive line. I made the remark a little earlier that Detroit's line have been playing a little better, but the Cleveland line is very experienced. Joe DeLamalure leading the way for that group.
Gary Cobb is out at left linebacker. He has a sprained knee. Harrell, 51, has replaced him. Sipe on the run. Throws complete. Upfield. First down. Harry Holt, the tight end. Fantetti, 57, on the tackle. Holt from Arizona a fine athlete. He had 138 receptions in 5 years in the CFL.
Well, this is what Brian loves to do. He loves to get back there, scramble around, and create something. Rolls out to his right, and he finds Holt. Comes up with the reception, picks up the first down. When he gets out in the open field with that ball, he is tough to bring down.
Holt at 6'4", 230 pounds, played at Arizona. First down for Cleveland at their own 44-yard line. 7-7 game early in the second quarter. Pruitt to the 44. Fumble! Fumble! They're going to rule that the play was dead. One official is giving it to Detroit. The other official has ruled it dead, and we'll have a discussion. One official ruled that the play was dead. No, and that's going to stand. Number 73, Mike Dawson, the former Cardinal. He had the ball. Let's watch it.
Well, Cleveland is trying to run this sweep to the left, but they can't block number 59, Jimmy Williams. There you see him fighting off the block. Now he's going to come up. Let's see if Pruitt is down. Oh, no. Oh.
Boy.
The ball was on the back of the defensive back, Al Latimer.
Well, Cleveland has the football. Sipe. Gonna run it at the 45. Over midfield and slides to the 46-yard line. And he has a first down, it looks like.
Well, it's going to be close to the first down. It depends on whether they give him his feet or where the ball went down.
I think we're going to get a measurement. Well, that play a moment ago being called dead was certainly a mistake on the part of the gentleman in charge of this one this afternoon.
Well, that one was very obvious. It wasn't even close.
And it is not quite a first down. Show you that play a moment ago where they ruled the ball was down on the fumble.
You'll see the ball is resting on the back of number 43. There's the ball that rolls down the back of 43. The rule says if the runner is down on the ground, then the ball pops loose. It's not a fumble. But he wasn't even close to being down.
Third down, inches. Pruitt, first down. Mike Pruitt has the first down at the 46-yard line. Curtis Green, 52, made the tackle. Buffalo and Cincinnati are underway. They're in the second quarter. 10 minutes and 41 seconds left to go. Freddie Steinfort has kicked a 28-yard field goal. Pittsburgh 13-7 now over Green Bay. They're in the second quarter. They're going to measure, but I'm just about as sure as I am of anything that he got it. Took a little extra time. It wasn't really needed, I think. Pruitt has carried 6 times for 19 yards. Sipe is 4 out of 8 for 36 yards. 7-7 here, the Lions and the Browns, with 12 minutes to play in the first half. First down, Cleveland at the 46-yard line of the Lions. Mike Pruitt down to the 40. Got to the 36-yard line. Demetrius Johnson made the play, very close to another first down.
Offensive line play. I'm going to say that a lot today. Joe DeLamielleure, number 64, was a man leading the way for Pruitt. He pulled out, made an excellent block on the cornerback, number 27, Bobby Watkins, and that was the key to that run.
DeLamielleure, number 64, as we're going to have a measurement. Of course, played at St. Clement High School, nearby Centerline, Michigan. He got about 100 family and friends in here on passes and tickets today, they tell me.
And was voted captain of the team, the offensive team this year. The first time in his career that he's been so honored.
First down for Cleveland at the 36-yard line of the Lions. Brian Sight, 20 out of 33 for 223 yards, 3 TDs and 2 interceptions in the opener. Ricky Feature comes to the near side. That's Jones coming in motion, and the give going to Pruitt. And Pruitt is down near the 32-yard line as that offensive line is doing an excellent job. DeLamielleure 64, Risen 63. The tackle made by English, 78 at right tackle, and James Harrell, 51, who is playing the left linebacker spot. As we told you, Gary Cobb, with an injury, is out of the lineup at the moment for the Lions.
This is the first time in about 2 years that Cleveland has had its offensive linemen all healthy, and it should make a big difference. They've got some guys up there, Jackson, Deacon, DeLamielleure, and Reason. They could play with the best of them.
David Logan in the game, number 85. He's set to the left. First time he's been in there. Pass is complete. And then it is down at the 5-yard line. Harry Holt made the catch. They say he was down at the 5. It'll be first and goal to go, Cleveland.
We've had some calls in this football game, but let's take a look at the replay and let's apply the rule. The rule states if the man is in possession of the ball, hits the ground, the ball is dead. Let's see if the ball goes out when he hits the ground or before.
We got a good call. He was down. First and goal to go for Cleveland. Pruitt and Davis are in the backfield. That's Davis down to the 1. Johnny Davis, who played at Tampa Bay and then at San Francisco, a free agent.
Well, he's running behind his center and left guard. Left guard, Robert Jackson, and the center, Mike Babb, 6'4", 275 pounds. And Sam Rutigliano says he's going to be a star for a long time in this league.
Alvin Hall was the man who just kept him out. Second and goal to go. Pruitt 43, Davis 38, behind Brian Sight. Up the middle, Pruitt. Penalty markers are down.
I think the Lions jumped. They may have been drawn, but
procedure call against Cleveland. It'll nullify the touchdown and put the Browns back. 8 minutes and 51 seconds left to play in the first half. The Lions scored first. Hipple to Thompson, 78 yards.
Number 81 on the offense. Down.
Call went against Harry Holt.
What happened was that Harry Holt was looking down the line. He saw the Lion defender come across, but the defender did not penetrate that zone. He can do that and get back. It's no penalty. But when Holt saw that, then he started.
Right in the middle of your picture, Sam Rutigliano. We told you it was Hipple to Thompson for 78. And the Browns scored at 6:33, 75 yards in 5 plays. Sight the feature, 42 yards. Second and goal to go. Swing it out. Pruitt. Touchdown, Cleveland. A lot of Cleveland Brown fans came over, and they're having a good time now.
Well, Brian Sight took advantage of a young defensive back, the rookie, number 21, Demetrius Johnson, who is responsible for covering Pruitt on the pass, but he just doesn't get up there in time. Pruitt seeing the goal line, jumping over, 6 points.
And the point after by Matt Barr, the 5-year man from Penn State, is good. 8 minutes and 46 seconds left to go in the first half. Browns have the lead, 14-7.
There's one truck line that's a very special breed, tough Ford trucks. And the reason is this: Fords are the best-built American trucks. Best-built vans.
Pruitt took the pass from some...
And hurdled in. Matt Barr kicking off. Again going for the corner. A low diving kick. Robbie Martin at the 15. Gets to the 20. Penalty markers go down as he got over the 25-yard line.
I think it's an illegal block. Someone hit Chip Banks. I think it's Chip Banks. Or is it number... No, it's number 55, I think.
Whitwell made the tackle, number 21, and one of the Lions is injured. It looks to be Robbie Martin. It is Martin. The Lions trainer is Kent Ball, and his assistant Joe Recknagel.
Curtis Weathers, Jay, is a fellow who got blocked from behind.
Green Bay comes back to lead 14-13.
Illegal block during the run back. Number 34 of the receivers. It's 1st and 10.
Wagoner, the man charged with the infraction. We're going to take a timeout. The Browns have got his second line defensive ends and nosemen in there. Hipple 6 out of 9, 136 yards, a touchdown and an interception. Pitch back to Billy Sims. Sims out to the 19-yard line. Close to a first down. Cousineau 50 and Ambrose 52. The inside linebackers halted him. Might have the first down. It is a first down for the Lions.
We'll give credit to James Jones, number 30, the rookie fullback. He laid a very good block on Chip Banks. He did knock him off his feet, but he moved him far enough outside for Billy Sims to turn up, pick up the first down.
Nichols to the near side, Thompson to the far side. That's Thompson at the top right of the screen. Give up the middle. James Jones slides across the 25. At the 26-yard line, Ambrose 52 and Clinton Burrell 49 on the tackle. Let's pause briefly for station identification. This is the NBC television network.
You're watching WKYC TV3 in Cleveland.
With Gene Washington, this is Jay Randolph at the Silver Dome in Pontiac, Michigan. Cleveland leading Detroit 14-7. Second quarter with 7:19 to play. Second down and about 3. Hipple gives to Sims. Sims first down at the 36-yard line. Mike Whitewell, number 21, and Cousineau 50 on the tackle. Here you see vintage Billy Sims, the big guy from Oklahoma.
Well, this is the way you run against the 3-4 defense. You go straight at it. If you have a back like Billy Sims who can cut, then he can read the blocks. I said before, I don't think they're going to be effective trying to run sweeps. They can be effective running straight at that 3-4 defense. Let those offensive linemen take them in head on and let a great back like Billy Sims find the holes.
Sims has had 15 100-yard games in his career. This is his 4th season here. Hipple to throw on first down. And he had a man, Leonard Thompson, but couldn't get it to him. Brazil had the coverage, but Thompson had a step or two. Incomplete pass stops the clock. 6:26 to go in the first half.
Well, Hipple had to get rid of the football. Leonard Thompson ran his pattern a little deeper than normal. Larry Brazil doesn't want to get burned again, so he was giving them a lot of room. You can see that Hipple had to get rid of the football. He was getting pressure on the outside, and Leonard Thompson just wasn't ready to come back for it at that time. Just one step too late.
Second down. Both teams with 3 timeouts left in the first half. Hipple straight back, throwing and completing. Mark Nichols has a first down. Brazil 47 on the tackle. The gain is down to the Cleveland 46-yard line. Nichols, who's been injured much of his career, a #1 draft choice out of San Jose State.
Well, he's got the size at 6'2", and the weight about 213 pounds, and he's finally playing up to his potential. Comes across catching the ball in traffic.
First down for the Lions. Cleveland leading at 14-7. 5:40 to go in the first half. That's Nichols in motion. And the give going to Jones. Jones is at the 40. Still going down to the 37-yard line. Ambrose, 52, and Dixon, 29, made the stop. A look at some of the crowd sitting in a very hot Silverdome on this Sunday afternoon. The temperature at around 90 degrees.
And Cleveland brings back in its starting 3-down lineman.
That's Martin, who was injured on the kickoff, number 83. A sprained knee for Robbie Martin out of Cal Poly San Luis Obispo. They don't know if he'll be back or not. Second down and a yard. Detroit driving at the Cleveland 37. Fumble! Cleveland gets it back. It was Chip Banks, the left outside linebacker, number 56, who alertly came up to make the play after the mishandle.
Cleveland wanted to get things stopped, so they brought in their starting down lineman, the 3 guys. Bob Golick in the middle. They shut things up in there. The linebackers are coming up. You can see Chip Banks, number 56, fighting off the block. Billy Sims is trying to grab the football. They kick it around. Chip Banks scrambles over everybody and comes up with the recovery.
So the turnover strikes. 14-7, the Browns. De Leon, the great veteran. 14-7, the Browns. Detroit coughing it up as they were driving just moments ago. The penalty yardage. Willie Adams, number 80, is in at wide receiver. He's to the near side. David Logan, 85, set at the top of the screen right. A little delay to Pruitt. And a beautiful job by William Gay. Gay, the 6-year man. He stayed at home, as they say.
He sure did. He wasn't fooled at all. I think they were expecting Bill Gay to rush upfield. And of course, hand the ball off to Pruitt to run inside of him. But Bill Gay stood his ground, made the tackle.
The Lions allowed only 2.7 yards per rush last week, playing the Buccaneers at Tampa Bay. Coming to 4 minutes left to play in the second quarter. Lions in their nickel defense. Holt, Newsome, Jones, and Logan are all in there. Sight has time. Going downfield. Intending it down there for Ozzie Newsome. There was double coverage. Roosevelt Barnes, the linebacker, was right there with him, along with Alvin Hall, number 35.
But he's very lucky he didn't come up with an interception, because the free safety, Alvin Hall, this time was at home in the middle. You'll see him come into your picture, number 35, nearly coming up with an interception. There he is. He got his hands on it.
Well, I'm sure Sipe was glad to see the linebacker isolated out there on the receiver, but then there was another problem, as you mentioned. Jones, Logan, and Adams, the wide receivers. Third down, 24. Swing it out. Dwight Walker got to the 35, and Latimer decked him. Albert Latimer, number 43. He's good against the run, and in that case, he really came in there.
Picture book tackle. Dwight Walker is not a very physical guy. He was a wide receiver. Let's take a look at this tackle. Only problem is he had his head down a little bit too much, but he comes up and makes sure, doesn't he?
Gossett is on to do the punting. Alvin Hall, number 35, set to receive. 3:05 to play in the first half. Cleveland leading 14-7. Ball taken at the 23 by Hall. At the 30. 35-yard line. All with a good return. Brought down by Scott Nicholas, number 58. A timeout. The Browns have a 4th field goal. Washington leading Philadelphia in the final seconds of the first half, 7-3. And McMahon to Peyton, 73 yards. Capice, a 20-yard field goal earlier, 7-3 Chicago over Tampa Bay. 41-yard punt a moment ago. Here is James Jones for the Lions, getting out to the 38-yard line. Ambrose, 52, Clay Matthews, 57, and Reggie Camp, 96, all there to make the tackle. Coming up at halftime, NFL 83, as we'll update you on the action. Of course, this is a doubleheader day on NBC. More football coming your way later on. Clinton Burrell, number 49, knocked James Jones out of bounds there. Stopping the clock with 2:21 remaining. Most of you will be watching Houston and the Raiders coming up next after this action here in the Silverdome. And, Gene, that should be a good one.
The Raiders always provide exciting football. My former teammate Jim Plunkett down there still pitching them.
Monty Clark talking things over with Gary Danielson there, number 16. First down for the Lions from their own 45-yard line. Penalty marker down. Looked like Cleveland was offside as the pass went to Mark Nichols.
I think Reggie Camp, number 96, jumped offside. Take a look at the left side of your screen. There he goes.
A call against Reggie Camp, number 96. Ed Cashin and Art Demas there. That's Cashin, of course, our referee, and Demas the umpire.
Offside. Number 96 on the defense. Still first down.
Both clubs penalized 7 times. The ball at midfield. 1st and 5 for the Lions with Eric Hipple at quarterback. Hipple's got a lot of time, gets it away to Thompson. Thompson has a first down at the 38-yard line. Dick Ambrose, 52, and Clinton Burrell, 49, the strong safety, made the play. And we're going to get the 2-minute warning right now. Hipple coming over to talk things over. 2 minutes to play in the first half. Browns 14, the Lions 7.
When you're making a change on the home you love, make sure it's a change for the better.
I told them to use the best.
Why are Anderson windows?
Browns leading at 14-7. Detroit with the ball at the Browns 38-yard line as Hipple comes back on. Next week, the Browns will play the Cincinnati Bengals. Actually, that's this Thursday evening. Bengals are playing the Raiders in Cincinnati today. There's still some tickets available for that game in Cleveland Stadium this Thursday evening, incidentally.
He's changing the play.
And Hipple straight back. Throws over the middle. Dropped by Mark Nichols. Chip Banks put on a little pressure, but Nichols should have held on there.
Well, they should have had the football. It was right in his hands. It was a similar play that they threw before to Leonard Thompson. Let the linebackers get back into the drops and let one of the receivers come underneath, coming across field. The ball was thrown a little behind him, but it wasn't thrown hard. And as you mentioned, Jay, he really should have come up with the reception.
1:55 remaining in this first half. 2nd and 10, Detroit.
Detroit really wants to score here. Of course, they'd like to have the TD, but they're trying to get down in the field goal range.
Throw to the far side, complete. That's Nichols, a first down. Made a good move once he got the ball, and he moved it down to the 24-yard line in the first down. Hanford Dixon, number 29, made the tackle. A lot of time, 1:35. Hipple Gets it out to Sims. And Sims is done in by Chip Banks, number 56. Fine play. Timeout, Detroit. A loss of about 5. We'll take a timeout with 1:23 remaining to be played in this, the first half. Second down and 14 for Detroit. Penalty markers down. Hipple complete to Nichols. Nichols lost the football, and we'll see what the call is at the 12-yard line. There also is a penalty marker down. Clinton Burrell, number 49, on the stop.
The initial call is offsides against Cleveland, but the Lions are going to let that one go. They're going to take the play.
Cleveland thinks they've got the football. Now let's see what happens.
Well, if they got the football, then the Lions are going to take the penalty because they started offsides first.
The officiating crew has had some first half here to deal with.
Offside, number 96 on the defense. It'll be second down. The ball was fumbled downfield.
See, I think that was a poor call. He was down on the ground before he fumbled a football, I think. It was offsides against Cleveland, so the option lies with the Lions. If they get the ball downfield, they're going to forget about the penalty and take the play. Now here's Nichols. Oh, I was wrong. I was wrong. He lost that ball just before it hit the ground.
Out of the shotgun. Hipple over the middle. Oh! James Jones almost made a catch and held on. Cousineau 50 and Burrell 49 on the coverage. But Jones, if he could have continued that juggling act for another step or two, might have had a touchdown.
That would have been one that would have been on the highlights in years to come, though, right? Look, well, you saw the second part of it, but he really made an effort to reach out just to get the ball back in to have a chance at it. And as I mentioned before, James Jones has developed an excellent receiver, which is quite a surprise for the Lions because they knew he could run and block, but they didn't think he could catch the ball as well as he does.
Third down and 9. Big play here out of the shotgun. Eric Hipple. They're coming. Hipple gets it away. Intercepted. Coming back with it. Rod Perry. Some of the fans think that interference should have been called. There was no call. Rod Perry gets the interception. And the fans here are not very pleased with this one.
Well, the receiver was actually tackled before the ball got there. This is the toughest call in football, pass interference. I think you'll see that the offensive receiver is actually tackled before the ball gets there. But the rule is if he has no chance to catch the ball, it's not interference. Judge for yourself. You can see that he's clearly hit. I think that it should have been an interference call. Had he not been tackled, there's a very good chance that he could have caught the football.
Cleveland, first down at the 25. Hand off to Mike Pruitt. Pruitt out of bounds at the 26-yard line. Demetrius Johnson, number 21, took him out. 50 seconds remaining to be played in what has been a wild and woolly first half. Monty Clark down on the sidelines talking with one of the officials. Maybe you could just hear a little of that. They were into it down at the 25-yard line for a moment.
Okay, that was obviously pass interference. The only way the official could rule that it wasn't that if the receiver had no chance to catch the ball.
Second down, 10. Sipe over the middle, intending it for Ozzie Newsome, incomplete. That stops the clock with 46 seconds left to play in this first half. Coming up at halftime, NFL 83. We'll be updating you on the activities on this second Sunday of National Football League action. Ryan Sipe talking things over. Number 85, there's David Logan. Logan, of course, had the off-season injury, coming back from it now. Willis Adams, number 80, is the other wide receiver, with Jones, number 89. Third down and 10. Penalty marker is down. Sipe goes out to Walker. Walker run out of bounds at the 30-yard line. It might be holding against Cleveland. Holding against the Browns. Sam Ritigliano in the middle of your screen there, yelling out. Ball will be placed at the 30-yard line.
Holding number 75 on the offense. Penalty is declined. It's fourth down.
Bill Kontz, the rookie, number 75 out of Penn State, spelling Doug Deacon, committed the infraction. The Lions will get it back with 39 seconds left on the clock right now. 2 timeouts left for the Lions, 3 for the Browns. Alvin Hall, number 35, is back to receive the punt from Jeff Gossett. The 29, up at the 35, the 40, there he goes, outside to the 40, 30, 20, 10, 5, stepped out of bounds at the 5-yard line. Stepped out of bounds at the 5. It is not a touchdown. He stepped out of bounds at the 5-yard line. 20 seconds left. Fine 66-yard return.
But watch him as he picks his way. He's very patient, reads a block. Now he turns on the speed, bounces outside.
Watch his move coming up right here. Whoop!
There's Dino Hall giving chase. He can't do anything.
First down, goal to go Lions at the Cleveland 5-yard line. 20 seconds left. Listen to this crowd. They're on their feet here. Norris and McCall, double tight end alignment. Hipple rolls, looks, throws, touchdown, Norris! The Lions come back. And now Murray tries to tie it up here. Out of the hold of Eric Hipple. The Lions and the Browns are tied at 14.
Little play action. Eric Hipple, he wants to get the ball to Norris right now. He waits, comes out, the linebackers run past Norris, comes back to the inside, picks him up for the touchdown.
There are a lot of ways to find a high in life.
14 seconds
left to go first half. 14-14. Ed Murray will kick off. Hall, 26. Dwight Walker, 42 to receive. A low squibber. That's Dino Hall at the 25, at the 30. Out to the 33-yard line. 7 seconds remaining in the first half. Credit the tackle to Rick Kane, number 32, Danny Waggoner, number 34. First and 10 for the Browns at their own 33-yard line. 7 seconds remaining in this first half. Well, there's Monty Clark, and he's got to be happy with the proceedings in the last few moments here as the momentum turned. Sam Ritigliano rather stoic at this point in the proceedings. He's already heading for the locker room. So that will do it. First it was Hipple to Thompson, 78 yards. Then a 42-yarder sight to Feature. Then a 6-yarder sight to Pruitt. And then the 66-yard punt returned by Hall. Hipple to Norris 5 yards. And they're even Steven at the end of the first half. The score here in the Silverdome.
Because they've gone both sides. Both sides have really gotten, I think, in a couple of situations, particularly on pass offense, have gotten a couple of bad calls. But like I said, we went on both sides, so I guess they sort of wash each other out.
It will be Detroit to put the ball in play. Ed Murray. Dino Hall, number 26. And Dwight Walker, number 42. Dropping back to receive. Well, let's see who can break this tie first as the Lions are set to give the Browns offense their opportunity to start this second half. Dino Hall over the 5, 15, at the 20, the 25, to the 29-yard line. Hall doing a fine job. Horace King, 25, Rick Kane, 32, on the tackle. Brian Sipe remains in there at quarterback, number 17. He's got Mike Pruitt, 43, Johnny Davis, 38, behind him. Bobby Jones, 89. 83, Ricky Feature. Ozzie Newsome, 82, the wide receivers. Babb with Jackson, Delamalore, Rison, and Deacon on the front line. First down. Mike Pruitt across the 30, out to the 33-yard line. Mike Dawson, number 73, made the tackle. Good block by Delamalier there. The Lions on defense have Dawson shaken up, number 73. He's getting up slowly. Dawson came over from the St. Louis Cardinals in the Bubba Baker deal. Dawson played in Arizona, an 8-year veteran. He's out there with Green, 62, English, 78, and Gay, 79. The backers are Harold, 51, playing for the injured Gary Cobb, Jimmy Williams, 59, and Ken Fantetti, number 57. Demetrius Johnson at strong safety, 21 for William Graham. Watkins, 27, Hall, 35, and Latimer, 43 in that secondary. Dawson, a fine player for the Cardinals, a number 2 draft choice back in 75, coming off. And Dawson is replaced by Mike Fanning, number 74, the 9-year veteran from Notre Dame. Jerry Faust fighting Irish opening in fine fashion yesterday with a big win.
Jay, on that same play, the left tackle, number 73, Doug Deacon, tried to pull to his left, and he limped off the field. It appears as though he's having some problems with his ankle. He's been replaced by number 75, the rookie, Bill Kontz.
All right, so it is Kontz for Deacon at left tackle. Second down and 5. Jones goes in motion. Sipe is in trouble. Sipe down at the 30-yard line. Tackle made by William Gay, number 79.
Bill Kontz did a pretty good job of blocking on Bill Gay that time. Bill Gay is going to come to the outside. Kontz is a big guy, takes him on. The problem is when Sipe steps up, you'll see that he steps up into the pocket, and that's where Bill Gay spins in and comes up with a sack.
Well, those are the two men we heard from at the top of the show. One sack by Detroit, one sack by Cleveland. 3 wide receivers in there now for the Browns. Jones, Logan, and Feature. 3rd down and 9. Stipe gets out to the 33-yard line. Gay again makes the tackle. Stipe did a good job.
But Curtis Green, number 62, was a fella who really got there first. Watch number 62. He's going to come from the left side of your screen. That's Curtis Green. Bill Gay, 79, giving chase. There's Green. He thought he had him. Stipe ducked underneath. Bill Gay grabs him by the ankle for the tackle.
Jeff Gossett punting, and the exciting Alvin Hall is downfield. Hall, who returned one 66 yards in the closing moments of the first half, is not going to have a chance to return this one. The ball goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked at the 43-yard line. We're going to take a timeout. 12 minutes and 42 seconds left to play in the 3rd quarter. 14 all.
Chevy Tough is taking charge. And talk about tough.
Honda, the world's largest manufacturer of motorcycles and ATC three-wheelers. Follow the leader. He's on a Honda. Back to action. Detroit's Eric Hipple puts it in play, complete. Leonard Thompson, a 1st down. Thompson at the 33-yard line, hit by Cousineau 50 and Brazil 47. And at the moment, the Lions have the bit in their mouth. I'll tell you, they have a lot of momentum going. Pittsburgh has come back to take the lead with the ball at the Cleveland 33. Nichols to the left. Thompson at the top of your screen. That's Norris in motion. Pitch back coming. And not much for Billy Sims that time. Clay Matthews, number 57, the linebacker, in under there to make the play, along with 79, Bob Golick, the nose man. A gain of maybe a yard at most. 2nd down. 12 minutes to play in the 3rd quarter.
Well, Jay, if I were the Lions, I'd send Leonard Thompson down the field again and try to get in the football as long as Cleveland is going to play him one-on-one with Larry Brazil.
Hipple throws a quick one. And that is Thompson. 1st down, 22-yard line. Hanford Dixon, 29. Mike Whitewell, 21, on the tackle. A look at this secondary of the Cleveland Browns.
Well, they bring Leonard Thompson down to the left side, and he's being covered by number 29, Hanford Dixon. But Leonard is so dangerous. He's run back punts. They want to just get him the football. And if you can get him the football in the open field, as they're trying to do with Billy Sims, he can turn a 6-yard throw into a touchdown.
The Lions have the 1st down at the 22-yard line. Hand off to Jones. Jones, the rookie from Florida. He's a pure fullback, this fella, but he catches the ball well. Number 1 draft choice. Baldwin, 99. Ambrose, 52 on the tackle. You know, that punt a moment ago, Gene, Gossett was only 23 yards. It gave the Lions pretty good field position, and now they have marched down. Thompson, 5 catches today and 134 yards. Leonard's had a big day, the young man from Oklahoma State.
It's a blitz.
Hipple, though, comes out of there. Cousineau made the stop, number 50. Cousineau, of course, the number 1 draft choice at Buffalo in 79. Played with Montreal in the CFL, the All-American from Ohio State. Sam Rutigliano says he brings his lunch bucket to work, and he gives it all he's got. There's Monty Clark, the head man of the Detroit Lions, in his 6th season as director of football operations and head coach here. 3rd down and 14. 3 wide receivers in for the Lions.
Blitz.
Over the middle. Incomplete. Leonard Thompson had it and couldn't hold on, as we've got a couple of players shaken up. Rod Perry, number 40. He took a shot. Clinton Burrell, number 49. And that's Thompson down on the artificial surface here. And
well, the Lions read the blitz. Hipple tried to get the ball on a little break-off to Leonard Thompson. Threw the ball to him. He bobbled it. And Clinton Burrell, number 49, was sitting right there. And he popped Leonard as he tried to catch the football.
You saw Keith Baldwin also limping. He's hurting. With a field goal, the spot is going to come at between the 33 and 34, so it'll be a 44-yarder. Eric Hipple will hold. Murray has it on the way. It's long enough. Oh, yes. Eddie Murray, who has now kicked 4 out of 5 field goals, the native of Halifax, Nova Scotia, went to school at Tulane. Lions have the lead with 9:57 left in the third quarter, 17-14.
We are USA 1, taking charge with tough, easy to
300 career points. Set to kick off. Dino Hall and Dwight Walker are back to receive. Lions with the lead. That's Hall out at the 10, 15, at the 20. To the 24-yard line. Dino Hall hit by number 34, Danny Wagoner, the defensive back, who's done a good job today. Update some scores for you. Buffalo leading Cincinnati 10-3. They're in the third quarter. Joe Ferguson has thrown to Jerry Butler 14 yards. That's the first touchdown of the year for Buffalo. Washington and Philadelphia are 10-10 as Mosley's kicked a 36-yard field goal, 3.5 to play in the third quarter. Here it is 17-14, the Lions. Jones going in motion, and the pitch back to Pruitt. Deep man out of the eye at the 30, at the 35, run out of bounds. Good block by Cody Risen, 63. And by Johnny Davis, 38, Jimmy Williams, 59, and Demetrius Johnson, 21, running Pruitt out. Ball spotted at the 34-yard line. Second down and 1.
Second and 1 is a nice opportunity to try to fool him, go for a big one.
Again, it's Jones going in motion. Up the middle, Johnny Davis has the first down at the 37-yard line. English, 78. Mike Fanning, 74. Well, the Cardinals got an early lead, but the Cowboys have come back just as they did on Monday night against Washington. Ron Springs scored on a 19-yard run, 6.5 to play in the third quarter. Dallas 24, St. Louis 10. 60,095 in the Silverdome watching. 3,027 no-shows. First and 10. Sight, play action. Over the middle, complete. Ozzie Newsome, a first down at the 48-yard line. Jimmy Williams, 59, made the tackle. And Ozzie out of Alabama getting up slowly. But he appears to be all right, although he'll be spelled right now by Harry Holt.
Well, the Lions have a very young defensive backfield, and as a result, they're going to play a lot of zone defense. Little play action fake. Ozzie Newsome able to get down in between the linebackers, finding the seam, coming up with the reception.
Harry Holt, 81, now the tight end. Again, it's play action by Sight, throwing back against the grain to Holt. Another first down to the 37-yard line. Penalty marker down, back up at the 45. Demetrius Johnson, 21 on the tackle, with help from 57, Ken Fantetti. And now we'll see what the call is. There is Holt.
I think it's going to be offsides against the Lions.
Holt shaken up just a little bit.
Encroachment, number 59 on the defense. Penalty is declined. First down.
It's a first down for the Browns, but right now concern for Harry Holt. Leo Murphy, the veteran trainer of the Browns, is out there as you look at Sam Ratigliano right now.
Well, there's 79, Bill Gay, being blocked by the rookie Bill Kuntz.
Being chinned, wasn't he? Look at that.
He's got his hand under his face mask.
My goodness. Got to get himself a few new mandibles in there if he's not careful, huh? They're talking, as you can see, with Holt. And he's going to come off. Just a moment ago, Ozzie Newsome went off, shaken up. The rookie, Tim Straka, out of Wisconsin, who was a wide receiver in college, number 87, may be thrust in there, although at the moment Ozzie Newsome is back in there. Monty Clark. Sipe 11 out of 17. First and 10. Down at the 37-yard line. Mike Pruitt down to the 33. Pruitt met by Doug English, number 78. Clock running with 7 minutes, 50 seconds left to play in the third quarter. It was 14-all at halftime. The Lions got the lead on a 44-yard field goal by Ed Murray. 17-14. Detroit.
Cleveland's offensive line is doing a good job of blocking, and you would expect in this situation maybe to see some stunts on the defensive line from Detroit and possibly some blitzing, trying to keep them from getting down closer in the good field goal range.
Second down and 6, and incomplete. Pass intended for Ricky Feature. A little too much lead time on it. Albert Latimer, number 43, had the coverage over there for Detroit. Third down and 6 coming up. Walker is in there, 42, as Pruitt has gone out. Logan, 85. Jones, 89. Feature, 83. 3 wide receivers. The Lions go to a prevent defense. They have Bruce McNorton, number 29, in the secondary. Cleveland spread out, and the pass complete. Down to the 24-yard line to Dwight Walker. James Harrell, the linebacker, 51, playing for Gary Cobb, had the coverage. It's another first down for Cleveland.
Well, Dwight Walker, as I mentioned before, was a receiver, so he has good hands, made the shift to running back. So in passing situations, they like to get the ball to him coming out of the backfield. He has some nifty moves. As you mentioned before, they're working on number 51, the outside linebacker, James Harrell, who's playing for the injured Gary Cobb.
The Pittsburgh Steelers regaining the lead over Green Bay in the fourth quarter. Frank Pollard has scored a 1-yard run. Newsome goes wide to the far side. Sipe on the run, throws. Well, Sipe did a good job getting rid of the football. William Gay was coming after him. Ricky Feature was in the area where the ball was thrown, but Sipe was just glad to be able to find some place to cough it up. Harry Holt is coming back in. Dwight Walker goes out. Boy, Gay's a handful, isn't he?
Well, he beat Bill Kuntz right at the line of scrimmage on that last play, and he was bearing down on Sipe.
Second down and 10 at the 22-yard line for Cleveland. The Lions lead 17-14. Oh, he was out. They overruled it. He was out of bounds. Ozzie had to go high, came down with the ball. Penalty marker back upfield.
Well, that penalty is thrown in the area which is usually holding against the offense. But let's watch this catch again. Ozzie Newsome, many years being one of the better tight ends in all of football. Look at this catch. Left foot down, right foot out. Not even close. Good call by the official.
The penalty goes against the Cleveland Browns.
Holding during the play, number 75 of the offense, still second down.
Well, that's Bill Conce, the rookie left tackle.
Conce is now out of there, and Deacon is back in as Sam Rutigliano marches the sideline, looks up at the clock, 7 minutes to play, third quarter. The Lions winning it at the moment 17-14. Lions in a prevent defense. Feature to the near side, Jones to the far side. Single setback is Pruitt. Newsome and Holder both in there. The delay goes to Pruitt. Pruitt has got a first down. Oh, some fine running. Latimer finally rode Pruitt out of bounds, number 43 against 43. He does not have a first down, excuse me. He is out at the 20-yard line. It is not a first down.
It's a very smart call by Cleveland because William Gay was really glad to see Doug Deacon come back in because he knew that he was injured, having problems with his ankle. So Bill Gay, he's really fired up. He's going to come in, try to get a sack. And what do? They run a little delayed draw right underneath him. Very smart call.
Pruitt now has 5,000 career yards in rushing. Got Jones and Logan and Feature all in there now. Pruitt is out. Walker is the setback. On third down and 7. Out it goes to Walker. He's at the 5. First and goal to go for Cleveland. Roosevelt Barnes 54 and Alvin Hall 35 on the tackle. Walker looking good. And as Sipes swung it out to him, and the Cleveland fans, they're hoping their club will get in to take the lead.
Cleveland has obviously seen something in the Detroit defense because when a halfback comes out of the backfield like that, either a defensive back or a linebacker supposed to pick him up right away. No one was even close.
At the 5, first and goal. Pruitt is the single setback. Jones is in the slot right. Newsome in motion. The pitch to Pruitt. Pruitt gets a couple. Penalty marker down. Jimmy Williams 59 and Doug English 79 on the tackle. And we'll see what the call is. Holding against Cleveland.
Well, Doug English really disrupted things, busting through the middle, forcing Pruitt wider than he would like to have gone to the outside. That enabled the pursuit to come over to make the tackle. There you see it, 5,004 yards, career rushing for one of the outstanding and underrated backs in football.
Number 1 draft pick in 76.
Holding during the run, number 82 on the offense. It's still first down.
Well, the call went against the 6-year veteran Ozzie Newsome from Alabama. Pruitt and Davis are now in there, number 43 and 38. 5 minutes and 50 seconds to play in the third quarter. The Lions leading 17-14. The ball back out at the 15-yard line. First and goal to go. 77 yards in penalties for the Browns.
It'll be interesting to watch Bill Gay and Doug Deacon because Deacon is injured. He's going to have a tough time with Bill Gay.
Sight uses play action. Throws back against the grain. Newsome at the 10, the 5, touchdown! Touchdown passes. Ties Brian Sipe for the club record. Look again.
Play action to the left. Get everybody flowing over to the left. There you see Bill Gay. He breaks loose, but it's a little too late. Tight end screen to the right. Ozzie Newsome carrying it in for the touchdown.
Penalty markers are down on the point after that touchdown pass by Brian Sipe. Ties him with Dr. Frank Ryan.
Unsportsmanlike conduct or leverage, number 66 on the defense. Point is good, 15 yards on the kickoff.
15 yards charge. The call went against Mike Kofer, number 66. The Browns have retaken the lead. The Browns have the lead. 75 yards in 11 plays. Little onside kick. It belongs to Detroit as Norris came up with it. Larry Brazil, number 47, made the tackle. Well, this is a little package that Sam Rutigliano had the special teams try here.
Well, the Lions had the men up there looking for the onside kick. They kicked it over their heads, knowing that if Cleveland did recover the ball, the Lions really weren't going to have a very good chance for a run back. It was a very good percentage play.
The two coaches. Very intense action here with 5.5 to play in the third quarter. Hipple gives it to Sims. Sims to the 25, near a first down. Cousineau, number 50, on the tackle.
The best place to run at the 3-4 defense is right at it. Billy Sims gets a good block from his center. Spinning, trying to get that first down.
They're going to bring the chains in. Let me repeat again for you Brown fans that that pass of Brian Sipe a few minutes ago for the touchdown is 134th. Ties in with Dr. Frank Ryan. A reminder, too, this telecast is presented by authority of the National Football League. It's intended for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast or other use of this telecast without the express written consent of the Detroit Lions and the National Football League is prohibited. Just short of the first down. Hipple looking to the sidelines. Monty Clark, a native of Kingsburg, California. As a head coach, 31-44-0 in his career. Bring you up to date on a couple of scores. The Giants lead Atlanta 10-6 in the third quarter. Luckhurst has kicked a 39-yard field goal with 6 minutes left to play in the third. Tampa Bay and Chicago are 10-10. Owens has just scored a 1-yard touchdown with 8 minutes left in the third quarter. Sims has 46 yards on 8 carries. Hipple throwing long downfield, going for Thompson, almost intercepted by Hanford Dixon. The pass a little underthrown for Thompson, and Dixon trying to come back and take it in, couldn't make the play.
But Leonard Thompson had him beat. Hipple just couldn't get enough arm on the ball. You'll see Leonard, he takes the inside, but he has his man beat, has to slow down. Dixon almost coming up with the interception.
So it'll go back to the 25-yard line. Hipple is 14 of 23 for 221 yards, 2 interceptions, and 2 touchdowns. Here we are on 3rd and inches. Double tight end arrangement. Norris 80, McCall 81. The handoff to Jones. Got the first down as he cracked up to the 27-yard line. Ambrose 52, Golick 79 on the tackle. Let's go to NFL 83.
Thank you, Jay. In Cincinnati, controversy. Turk Schoenert at quarterback. Ken Anderson's been knocked out. Chris Collinsworth with the pass. Is he in or out? The officials ruled out. Cincinnati came up empty. They still trail. Back to Pontiac.
Thank you, Len Berman. We've had some dandy action here and some interesting calls today. The Browns lead it 21-17. Hipple handing it to Sims. Penalty marker down as Sims got across the 35-yard line. And for Dixon, number 29. Clinton Burrell, 49 on the tackle, holding against Detroit.
I can't remember a football game that had as many holding calls as this one. Seems as though the officials got together before the game and said, "Men, let's watch for the holding," and they certainly have.
Holding during the run. Number 65 on the offense. Still first down.
The call going against 65, Amos Fowler there, the Southern Mississippian. Number 5 draft choice. He was switched from guard to center in 1980. So it'll be first down. First and 20. Hipple, quick toss, out to Sims, at the 20, the 25, up to the 29-yard line. Sims getting a lot of it back. Whitewell, 21, the free safety. Brazil, 47, the corner, made the play.
Well, they love to get the football to Billy Sims, whether they hand it off or throw it to him. And watch as he just fakes out number 50, Tom Cousineau. Look at this. There you have it. Now you don't. He's an electrifying runner.
Second down and 9. That's Thompson set at the top of the screen. Eric Hipple.
Here comes a blitz.
The throw, not in time to Thompson as the pressure was really on Hipple. They were coming.
They had everybody coming on that play. The safety was coming, linebackers coming. Hipple had no choice but to get rid of the football soon. He threw the ball before Leonard Thompson made his break.
Third down and 9 coming for the Lions. Couple of scores that we have for you. Pittsburgh leading 23-21 as Dickey has completed one to Lofton for 12 yards with 10 minutes left in the fourth quarter. 31-10 now Dallas over St. Louis. Hipple out of the shotgun. Hipple in a lot of trouble. Down he goes at the 12-yard line. Bob Golick, the nose man, number 79. Cousineau, number 50. That is the third Cleveland sack. Boy, that was a big one. Put him back in a hole.
That's a very big play for Cleveland. Hipple, of course, trying to make something happen. He wants to run around, trying to make the big play. But Cleveland is up to the challenge. There you see number 79, Bob Golick, nose tackle, containing him.
Black to Walker. Walker's down to the 40. And the Cleveland Browns are going to have excellent, excellent field position. They'll have it at the 37-yard line. 2:53 remaining, third quarter.
Chevy Tough is taking charge. Are you tough enough to make it with the U.S. Army? Chevy trucks are. The Army contracted for 53,000 tough full-size Chevy pickups and Blazers. These rugged four-wheel drives are regular production vehicles powered by the proven 6.2-liter diesel V8. Need a truck as tough as the U.S. Army's? Just sign up at your Chevy dealers today. Chevy Tough is taking charge.
You in a bad mood?
I just hate talking in the morning.
I'll let you shave.
No, stay.
You use Noxzema.
Yeah, Noxzema gives me a great shave. It does something to condition my skin.
Softens it.
Huh?
I can tell when you kiss me. Your face feels real smooth.
Well, I guess it's the moisturizers.
I hate talking in the morning, too.
Noxzema medicated shave cream. Share the softness.
This is Len Berman in New York. Moments ago in Green Bay, Lynn Dickey hit James Lofton for his third touchdown today. Green Bay now closes to within 2 of Pittsburgh. Let's go back to Pontiac.
All right, Len Berman, a dandy one up in Green Bay, and here in the Silver Dome, a real head knocker.
Well, there you see number 79. That's Bob Golick. coming in and allowing Cousineau to finish things up on that big sack.
38-yard punt a moment ago, a 13-yard return. Cleveland sets up shop. First down at the Detroit 37-yard line. Jones goes in motion. And the call goes to Pruitt. Pruitt is down to the 30-yard line. Pickup of 7 on the play. Fantetti 57 and Watkins 27 on the tackle. You know, Gene, this is another in the long line of real fine football games between these two clubs in a storied series, which has included 5 postseason meetings, 4 for world championships over the years. The Lions have won 13 of the 15 meetings, 9 of the 10 during regular season play. Cleveland took that 54 title game. It was something, 56-10. And these two clubs are really going at one another today. 2nd and 3. Pruitt, first down and more. Roosevelt Barnes, 54. Demetrius Johnson, the rookie, 21, made the tackle. First down for Cleveland at the 18-yard line. And as the old coach would say, Cleveland is winning this game at the line of scrimmage.
That man, number 64, Joe DeLamiere, came to his left side, pulled from his right guard position, and trapped 74, Mike Fanning.
Art Demas down on his back in that last play a moment ago. Pruitt now 79 yards on 16 carries. He's got it again. And a first down. No. And a flag thrown in there. He got to the 10-yard line before he was halted. English 78, Fanning 74 were there. And it may be a holding call against Cleveland. Red Cashin, the referee, marches it off. Back to the 28.
Holding during the run. Number 64 in the offense. Still first down.
DeLamiere got caught. DeLamiere, of course, number 64, born here in Detroit, Michigan. We're actually in Pontiac. 11 penalties for the Browns. First down and 20. Back at the 28. Beecher goes in motion. Sight throws. Beecher catches. Then he dropped the ball. Detroit gets the football back. Beecher had it. Was hit by Fantetti. Fantetti came up with it. Well, that was a great play going for Cleveland until Beecher lost control.
Beecher does a good job of catching the ball in traffic, but he loses it when he gets hit. There you go. Oh, he really gets nailed by number 35, Alvin Hall, the free safety. And Ricky's had some tough luck. He dropped a couple of balls last week in the game. And here, a crucial situation, not holding on to it when he should have.
New quarterback, number 16, Gary Danielson, 7-year veteran from Purdue. Earlier in the day, at the top of the show, we told you we might see the backup quarterbacks. Danielson gets the call, off to Sims. And Sims hurdles out to the 10-yard line. Chip Banks, number 56, and Tom Cousineau, number 50, on the tackle. Danielson, 45 career touchdowns, 52 career interceptions, born in Detroit, a free agent, played in the World Football League. 8 out of 10 for 89 yards, 80%, no touchdowns, no interceptions in the opener. Gary Danielson at the controls, trying to rally the Lions. 30 seconds to go in the third quarter. James Jones on the quick opener, short of the first down at the 16-yard line. Tackle made by Cousineau and Banks, 50 and 56. And maybe it's close enough to measure. Yeah, they're going to call the chains in. 16 seconds remaining in this third quarter. The Browns are leading at 21-17. Saw Hipple on the sidelines there, number 17. He's out of this game now, and Danielson is given the call. Danielson has been out on the sideline watching this whole game, observing, trying to get a feel. Short of the first down.
Danielson is a different style of player. He's a more disciplined player than Hipple is. He'll stay in the pocket. Hipple likes to run around. He likes to try to create situations. Gary, as I mentioned before, more disciplined. I think he has a stronger arm, and I think he's going to try to get the football to Leonard Thompson. But what's starting to happen now is that Cleveland is starting to roll their defense, roll their zone towards Leonard Thompson. They know that he has great speed. He's already outrun the guys a couple of times. So they're probably going to pay a lot more attention to him here as this fourth quarter gets underway.
The clock running with 5 seconds remaining in the third quarter. The clubs are going to come upfield and get set to go to the fourth period. So that's the end of the third quarter. Score, Cleveland 21, Detroit 17. We'll be right back after these messages from your local station.
Rights Cleveland on national TV Wednesday night at 8.
Today's game is brought to you by Chevrolet. Chevrolet is taking charge. By the U.S. Army, a place to be all you can be. And by Michelob Light, an exceptional light beer with a rich, smooth taste. 15 minutes of regulation time. The Browns and the Lions, the Silverdome. With Gene Washington, Jay Randolph. The score on the board, Browns 21, Lions 17. Cleveland with 18 first downs, Detroit with 15. Third down and inches. Billy Sims gets the first down. Larry Brazil, number 47, on the tackle. Run down a few scores for you from around the National Football League. Buffalo in the fourth quarter leading Cincinnati. Breach has kicked a 47-yard field goal. Dallas 31-17 over the Cardinals. The Giants 13, Atlanta 6. They are late in the fourth quarter. Dexter Bussey, number 24, is in the game. He gets the football for the Lions. And Bussey almost broke that one outside left. He got to the 25-yard line. Clay Matthews made the tackle. Gary Danielson, number 16, is the new quarterback. Nothing wrong with Eric Hipple. Just time for Monty Clark to tell Danielson, give it a go. Don't forget, a little later on, more NFL action. The Houston Oilers and the LA Raiders. That's coming up after this one. Monty Clark and his coaching staff, the white-haired gentleman on the left, Bill Johnson, great veteran assistant coach of this league. Once was the head man at Cincinnati. Over the middle, it's complete. Leonard Thompson at the 30. Thompson out to the 33-yard line. Dick Ambrose, 52, and the cornerback, Brazil, 47, made the tackle. Thompson very dangerous when he's running laterally across that field.
He certainly is. This is one of the favorite pass plays of the Lions. They let the wide receivers run downfield, carry the coverage down, and they have one receiver coming underneath the coverage of the linebackers. This time it's Leonard Thompson. And as you mentioned, Jay, he's a very dangerous runner when he catches the football. He's played special teams an awful lot, not afraid to come across the middle.
First down for the Lions at their own 34-yard line. Quick pitch to the outside, incomplete. Nichols couldn't hold it. Hanford Dixon, the corner man, number 29, was right there on his back. Eric Hipple, number 17, 15 out of 25, 233 yards, 2 TDs, 2 interceptions. Number 87, Freddie Scott, is in the lineup now for the Lions. 215 career catches, the 10-year veteran from Little Amherst College. Hipple looking and throwing and completing to Freddie Scott. Well, Scott made quite a catch out at the 45-yard line. Banks 56 and Brazil 47 on the tackle. And now who has the football? The Browns. Oh boy, this will cause some real argument. They're going to give it to the Browns at the 45-yard line as Apparently Scott lost it, and a very disgusted Monty Clark there.
Well, let's take a look again. Freddie Scott made a good catch, jumped up with a football. I thought he was down on his back, but let's watch the replay. See if we can see it. Coming underneath the coverage, makes a good catch here, goes up high. Now let's see where he loses the football. There Chip Banks reaches in. Freddie's trying to hold on to the ball, and Chip is pulling. Pulls it out right there. There it is.
The Cleveland Browns have the lead and the football. More in a moment.
It's alive. It's the SE5 Mazda's brand new sporty truck. It's just $59.95.
Now Mazda's got a new sporty truck priced down with other people's base trucks. The Mazda SE5 comes with a 5-speed, radials and spoker wheels, special striping, step bumper, and dual sport mirrors. All standard and all for just $59.95.
Sakes alive.
Mazda SE5.
Last one packed by some Michelob Light, okay?
You heard her. Come on.
Michelob Light for the winner.
Would anybody really race like this for a beer? Well, it is Michelob Light. The rich, smooth taste you can compare to any beer you like.
Michelob Light for the winner.
Your horse never ran like that before.
He knows my favorite beer when he hears it.
Watch Chip Banks, number 56. He has Freddie Scott, but he's more interested in the football. Watch him pull. Right here, he gives the pull. The ball comes loose. Smart play by the outside linebacker, number 56, Chip Banks.
First down for the Cleveland Browns at the Detroit 45. 12 minutes and 40 seconds to play. Logan in motion. Sight throwing, completing. Adams, penalty marker goes down. Adams got the ball to the 43-yard line. Demetrius Johnson 21. Jimmy Williams 59 on the tackle. Does it surprise you that they come out throwing? Leading in this ball game 21-17.
But that was a very safe pass. It was more like a little screen pass out to the right side. High percentage throw. But I agree with you, Jay, that they're probably going to try to keep the ball on the ground, try to eat up as much time on this clock as possible.
This penalty is going to hurt them. Red Cashin marches off a big one down to the 40-yard line.
Slipping during the run, number 64 in the offense, still first down.
Joe DeLamielleure. First down and 25. Willis Adams, number 80, the 4-year man from Houston, goes left. Logan is in the slot left. Hand off to Pruitt. Pruitt to the 50. Well, they got almost all of the penalty yardage back with that play. Demetrius Johnson runs Mike Pruitt out. Boy, Pruitt is some kind of strong, and he got some help from Cody Rison, his right tackle, number 63 on this play.
He also got a lot of help from his right guard, Joe D. When in doubt, go to your strength. Pull a strong lineman out there and let him lead the way for your top running back.
Terry Schmidt has scored on a 32-yard interception. Chicago leads Tampa Bay 17-10. 10 minutes left in the fourth period. Washington 20, Philadelphia 10. Mosley's kicked a 25-yard field goal. They have 5 minutes left in that one. It's 21-17 Browns. Second down and 11. Logan in motion. Sight with the delay to Johnny Davis. And Davis gets a yard at best. William Gay, number 79. Jimmy Williams, number 59, on the tackle. Clock is running as we have 12 minutes remaining to be played in this one. It was 14-all at halftime. 44-yard field goal by Murray with 9:57 left of the third made it 17-14 Lions. 5:43 of the third, a 15-yard pass. Sight getting it in there, and it was 21-17. Now it is 3rd down and 10. The Lions in their prevent defense. Sipe completing it at the 32-yard line. That was David Logan, the great athlete out of the University of Colorado, coming back from the injury. First down at the 32-yard line. Albert Latimer, number 43, on the coverage. Sipe and Logan made that look very, very smooth.
That was. Of course, I know these guys, the young defensive backs for the Lions, they're afraid of a guy like Dave Logan because he has such a height advantage over them. Neither one of those defensive backs really has much size, and they're afraid of a guy like that, particularly because he has a lot of experience, knows how to read those zones, as he did that time.
First down. Pruitt bangs just inside the 30-yard line. Pickup of 2. William Gay, 79, leading the way for Detroit. Pittsburgh, as Dickey was tackled for a safety by the Steelers, 25-21 with 1:40 left in the 4th. There's last week's conference standings in the Central. You lose one, but are still tied for the lead, right? Cleveland and Pittsburgh both winning right now. Pitch back to Pruitt. Pruitt at the 20, 15. And the Browns controlling things. Fine block by Doug Deacon. Deacon, number 73, out of Illinois. Demetrius Johnson ran him out. And now we have offside indicated against Detroit.
Which Cleveland will obviously decline that penalty.
Sam Rutigliano in his 6th season as Browns head coach.
Offside, number 62 and number 64 in the defense. Penalty is declined. First down.
62.
Curtis Green.
Curtis Green was offside. I think he must have meant Roosevelt Barnes, 54, maybe. First down at the 12. Browns leading 21-17. Pruitt 113 yards on 19 carries. Here he goes again. Penalty marker down. He got to the 10. English 78 and Williams 59 put the clamps on him. And Sipe is upset. It's a holding call against Cleveland.
If we don't have a record for the number of holding calls in this game, we must be close to it.
We've had, what, maybe 20?
Oh, it's been ridiculous.
Something I don't keep a stat on, but I tell you, we must have had 20. 9:52 remaining to be played. Cashin marches is off. Back to the 23-yard line.
Holding during the run. Number 68 of the offense. Still first down.
Robert Jackson, the 9-year veteran from Duke, the free agent, released from New England. .113 yards for the Browns in penalties. First down, 20. Sipe throws it away. Ozzie Newsome double covered, and Sipe just put it out of play. 9:46 remaining in this game. Coming up, of course, we've got a dandy for you, Houston and the LA Raiders. Next week, the Browns will play Cincinnati. That's on Thursday night at Cleveland Stadium. Tickets remaining. And the Lions will meet the Atlanta Falcons here next Sunday at 1 Eastern Time. The Falcons playing the Bears in Chicago today. We get word that Latimer has a cramp. He is expected to return to the game. Right now it's 2nd down and 20. Out at the 23-yard line. Sipe going long, almost intercepted. Bruce McNorton looked like he was going to come up with the interception as Sipe, really for the first time this afternoon, tried to force that ball into his intended receiver, David Logan.
You were exactly right. He did try to force this ball. And if Bruce McNorton had ever been a wide receiver, he probably would have come up with this one. Look, right in his hands. Those defensive backs, Jay, usually have bored hands. I've never really seen many that could catch a football.
Sipe is 16 of 26, 202 yards and 2 touchdowns. And now facing 3rd down and 20. Want to be careful not to cough up the football here. I want to try and at least have the opportunity for the 3 points for the field goal. Leading 21-17. Sipe going long and touchdown, David Logan. David Logan. Out of the University of Colorado. The Browns fans love it. As Sipe stuns the Lions with that one to Logan.
Well, I mentioned before the Lions defensive backs were very afraid of Logan. And they have reason to be as he beats them for a touchdown. Runs a corner pattern. Beating the cornerback, number 27, Bobby Watkins. Demetrius Johnson, number 21, tried to come over to help, but he was too late.
Matt Barr kicks the extra point. 9 minutes and 33 seconds left to play in this game as we see it again. Sipe going past Frank Ryan with another touchdown pass. 28-17, the Browns over the Lions.
Up before the sun, got the Honda ATC, gonna have some fun. Going freewheeling, it's my lucky day. Going freewheeling, come on out and play. Take it up, take it down, round and round and round. Going freewheeling, got the Honda ATC, going freewheeling.
Right now, the one thing you want most is an opportunity.
Be all that you can be. Oh, yeah. Keep on reaching. Keep on growing. Be all that you can be. You can do it in the Army. Be
NFL 83 is coming at you with pro football's very best. The Chiefs clash in a gridiron powwow with the Super Bowl champion Redskins. Or the Jets and the Patriots in an Eastern Division showdown. Plus hard-hitting regional action on NBC.
.45 yards in 9 plays. 22 yards. Sipe to Logan. Barr kicks off. Hall will down it. It'll come out to the 20-yard line. The Browns leading it 28-17. Ryan Sipe with the headset on, talking upstairs with the assistant coaches. Boy, he really put that one on consignment to Logan, didn't he?
Right on the money. I used to love to run that pass pattern, the corner route. He faked the ball into the middle, which drew the free safety over there, and that left that cornerback one-on-one. Logan did his job, got open. Sipe delivered it right to the corner of the end zone.
Just like your old friend Mr. Brody used to do, huh?
He did that a few times.
The Lions down by 11. First final score of the afternoon just coming in. Pittsburgh defeats Green Bay. Up the sideline, a complete pass to Leonard Thompson, who's had a wonderful afternoon for Detroit. Danielson to Thompson, and a first down for the Lions at their own 40-yard line.
Well, that's what you call threading the needle. Danielson getting the ball over the heads. Tom Cousino, the linebacker, who's really in a deep drop. That was a well-thrown ball to Leonard Thompson.
That Green Bay-Pittsburgh game, Dickey threw 3 touchdown passes to Lofton, but it wasn't enough as the Steelers won it 25-21. Here it's 28-17 Browns. Danielson goes to the other side and overthrows the intended receiver, Leonard Thompson. Good coverage by Hanford Dixon and Clarence Scott, 29-22.
Well, they had double coverage on him that time, and there was really nothing there. But Jerry decided to throw it out of bounds.
Monty Clark is a gentleman that you know a lot about.
He's a great coach, great disciplinarian. You'll never beat one of his football teams on conditioning. Always in good shape, and I think that's why they came out ahead last week when they played down in Tampa in all that heat. They were in better shape than Tampa was.
On second down, over the middle, Norris, a first down at the 47-yard line of the Cleveland Browns. Chip Banks, 56 on the tackle. Norris out of Georgia. You know, they talk about Norris being a fine blocker. He's a pretty fine pass receiver. First down.
Well, when David Hill was traded to the Rams, that really gave Ulysses a chance to show what he can do. He's a fine receiver.
Thompson has caught 7 for 155 yards. He's set to the right side on this play. First down for the Lions. Trying to battle back. Reverse to Thompson. Thompson at the 45. Out of bounds at the 41 or 42-yard line. Hanford Dixon ran him out over there. Good block by Homer Elias, number 61, for the Detroit Lions.
I think Leonard is a little tired. They try to spring him on this reverse. Gary Danielson's going to try to block. Billy Sims handing the ball off to Leonard, coming back around the left side. You can see 16, Gary Danielson, the quarterback out there leading the way. Tried to block Hanford Dixon, but really didn't get a very good piece of him.
Second down and 5 at the 42. Danielson completing it. Norris down to the 25-yard line. Clarence Scott, number 22, made the tackle, and the Lions are battling back. Still a lot of time. 7 minutes and 40 seconds left to play in this one.
Gary throws this on a 5-step drop, gets rid of the ball in a hurry. Right in the seam to Ulysses Norris. He just gets down and hooks up right in front of the linebacker, comes back, picks up another yard or so.
First down at the 26-yard line for the Lions. They're marching, trying to battle back. Down 11. The quick out to Nichols. Nichols just inside the 20-yard line. Larry Brazil, number 47, made the tackle. Short of the first down. Gary Danielson in relief of Eric Kipple. Danielson 6 out of 8, 77 yards since taking over. There's the time remaining, 6:40. Little delay to Jones. Jones has got a first down. Good effort to the 15-yard line. Clay Matthews, 57. Tom Cousineau, 50 on the tackle. Some people would call that continuous effort. Second effort, whatever. But it was a fine play and a first down for Detroit at the 15-yard line. Hipple with Monty Clark. 6:10 to go in the game. Number 86, Mark Nichols, goes to the left side as we look in at Gary Danielson. Danielson throwing. Oh, it was Leonard Thompson who just couldn't quite hold on. And Leonard would like the call, but he's not going to get it. Brazil on the coverage.
Now, that was a good defensive play. Gary Danielson throwing the ball in there quickly on the post. But Larry Brazil does a good job. It's not interference. That's not interference. I think Leonard should have come up with that one. I think Leonard's a little tired, actually. When you get tired, you tend to lose a little bit of your concentration.
Second down and 10 at the 15. Danielson throwing, and touchdown, Norris! Larry Brazil had the coverage. Norris made a fine catch. He's shaken up. But more importantly, these Lions are back in it. Wait a minute.
Number 56, touchdown.
It's a touchdown. There was a penalty flag. Chip Banks called for an infraction.
But watch the handoff. Gary Danielson nearly missed the ball, but he really threads the needle here. Perfect throw. There's good coverage on Norris, but look at this throw. That's perfect. Beautiful pass. Clinton Burrell, the man trying to cover Ulysses Norris, not much he could do about it.
The Lions are back in this one with 5:49 to play. They went 80 yards in 9 plays. It took them 3.5 minutes. Murray with the extra point try. Eric Hipple to hold. It's good. So, we still have 5:49 to go. And the Browns lead 28-24.
Introducing the amazing Renault Encore. Look how it feels to flow through hairpin curves. Feel the amazing response of electronic fuel injection. Look how the new Encore feels as it almost ignores gas pumps and mows to the road with 4 wheels suspended independently. For an amazing 5755, European design built in America. The new Renault Encore. Amazing.
The one to watch, the one to watch, the one to watch.
Renault.
Billy Ray Perkins, for one brief moment, played left field in the majors. Looks like a stroll-light night.
Looks like a stroll-light night. Looks like a stroll-light night. When things are going
Stroll-light, a great tasting beer that doesn't fill you up.
Looks like a stroll-light night. When nothing can go wrong. Looks like a stroll-light night. When good times come along.
Don't miss the very best in baseball. Eastern Division rivals square off. The Tigers battle Yaz and his youngsters from Boston. Or the Cardinals fly into Philadelphia to take on the Phillies. Only on NBC Sports.
Gene Washington with Jay Randolph as we go down to the wire in this one.
Well, Cleveland's lined up. They're expecting an onside kick, but
still a lot of time, isn't there? Let's see what they do. He's going to boom it right out. It'll come to the 20-yard line. So Cleveland will get it at the 20. Here's another final. Buffalo defeats Cincinnati 10-6. Our second final of the afternoon. Buffalo gets their first win, and the Bengals are 0-2. The Browns lead by 4, 28-24. This crowd urging on the Detroit defense. Uh-oh. Johnny Davis finally got the football, but he couldn't go anywhere. It looked like they were having a secret conference back there. Jimmy Williams, 59 on the tackle.
Well, one of the running backs obviously went the wrong way because you'll see them run into each other. Then they decide who's going to get the ball. Sipe decides to go down. He says, well, no, let me give it to one of the running backs. And he is really upset.
The loss is back to the 16. Retigliano looks on. Pitch back to Pruitt. Penalty marker down. Pruitt to the 20-yard line. Roosevelt Barnes, number 54, on the tackle. Holding is the call against Cleveland. And the Browns are going to be backed up even more. All kinds of time. 4 minutes, 51 seconds left to play. Atlanta and the Giants are 13-13. Bartkowski to Jackson for a touchdown. They have 3 minutes left in that one.
Well, the challenge for Cleveland in this situation is try to hold on to the football. We have 4 minutes, 51 seconds ago. They were up by 4. They want to try to get that ball downfield, try to run some time off the clock because the Lions will need to score a touchdown in order to win.
Holding during the run. Number 82 of the offense. Half the distance to the goal. Still second down.
Call went against Ozzie Newsome.
They don't want Detroit to get that ball in good field position, so they need to try to get a first down. Really a critical situation for the Browns.
135 yards in penalties. A worried Sam Rutigliano at this point. Ball at the 8-yard line.
Well, you can see that Sipe is yelling out his signals to his players. This crowd is really making a lot of noise.
Safety. Doug English and Mike Fanning, 78, and Fanning, 74. That's the second safety in 2 weeks. It was English last week on Goldstein at Tampa Bay.
Well, the fans here are loving it. They're going crazy. I'm surprised that Sipe held the ball because now Detroit is in a position with a field goal to go ahead.
You got that right. That was a key. A field goal would not have beaten them if he would have stayed on the field to play. Now they have to give up the ball after the safety, and a field goal would win it for Detroit. After the safety, it's a 2-point game. Gossett will put the ball in play. Free kick with the punt. This crowd has been ignited here. That's Alvin Hall at the 30, 35, 40. Gets to the 45, to the 46-yard line. Dale Carver, number 59, along with 29, Hanford Dixon. Oh, they're doing some hitting here.
And the rookie linebacker, number 59, Dave Carver, coming from the right side of your screen. Watch this hit. There it is. Oh.
First down at the 47. Pitch back to Sims. Reggie Camp, number 96, led the way and made the play. A loss of about a yard. And Sims shaken up.
Larry Brazil doing a good job coming up, forcing that play, coming up from his cornerback position.
Time remaining 4 minutes, 22 seconds. Sims coming out, shaken up, and Horace King, number 25, will get the call. Number 6 round draft choice, the 9-year veteran from Georgia. Coming up after this excitement, Houston and the Raiders. That's next here on NBC. 4:10 to go in the game. Browns 28, Lions 26. Danielson throwing. Nobody there. Penalty marker down. Larry Brazil had the coverage on Leonard Thompson, holding against Detroit.
I think we've broken that holding record 5 times already today. Gary Danielson throwing that football away. Not wanting to get caught with it, but they come up with a holding penalty.
Number 89, Jeff Chadwick, the rookie, comes into the game and brings in a play for Detroit.
Holding number 67 on the offense. Still second down.
Call went against Don Greco, the second-year man from Western Illinois at right guard. Second down, 20. Rod Perry is in. There, the penalty yardage. Perry in for the Browns in the nickel. Out of the shotgun. Danielson, incomplete. Right out of the arms of James Jones.
Well, James Jones, I think, was looking more at Hanford Dixon and the hit than he was the football. That's a common mistake that receivers make. You see Dixon coming in, number 29. Ball goes right between his hands.
Billy Sims came out of the lineup with a bruised rib problem. We have not yet been told whether he might be able to return or not. Danielson, 7 out of 11. 3rd and 20 out of the shotgun. Penalty markers down. Interception. Whitwell comes back. Mike Whitwell got his first interception last Sunday, a 24-yard return. The converted wide receiver from Texas A&M makes a big play.
Penalty is going to be holding against the Lions. The Browns will refuse the penalty, take the interception. Everything is expressed right there on the face of Monty Clark. Gary's trying to get the ball to Leonard Thompson, but throws the ball behind him. Leonard really doesn't have a chance for it. You can see the ball is thrown behind him. There's number 21, Mike Whitwell, the converted wide receiver, coming up with his 2nd interception this short season.
Sam Rutigliano told us this morning, as you look at Monty Clark, there's Rutigliano. He told us this morning he was a little concerned about Whitwell, but that was a big play. Now 3:42 to go. The Browns by 2, 28-26, and Pruitt bangs down to the 21-yard line. William Gay, 79, and Alvin Hall, 35 on the tackle. 3.5 to go in the game. It was 14 all at halftime, and what a second half we've had.
This is some finish. I would imagine that Cleveland is going to keep the ball on the ground, try to use up the clock. If it looks as though they're not going to make a first down, they'll go for the field goal that forces Detroit to be in a position where they have to get a touchdown in order to win.
Pruitt gets the call again. He's inside the 20, short of a first down, it looks like. Doug English, 78 on the tackle. Curtis Green, 62, was also there. Timeout, Detroit. Detroit with 2 timeouts remaining. 2:48 left on the clock. Sam Rutigliano, in his 6th year, took over at Cleveland in late December of '77. 11 years an assistant in the NFL with Denver, New England, the Jets, New Orleans. Played for General Bob Neyland at Tennessee. Was on that 51 national championship team for him.
There's Charles White on the crutches on the sideline with that cast on his leg. Jay, this is a situation, this is a key play for Cleveland and for Detroit. 3rd down, about a yard to go. If Cleveland makes this, they're in great shape. If they don't, they're going to have to kick the field goal. There's still plenty of time left for the Lions to get the ball and come back downfield. Of course, they'd have to get a touchdown in order to go ahead, but there's a lot of time left on the clock. But if Cleveland makes the first down in this situation, then things look awfully grim for the Lions.
Oilers and the Raiders coming up. We wouldn't leave this one right now for you. I guarantee you this has been a real stem winder. The middle is Pruitt. First down at the 15-yard line. Ken Fantetti, number 57, made the tackle. The Lions are calling a timeout. We'll run down some final scores for you. Dallas 34-17 over the football Cardinals. The Cowboys 2-0. St. Louis 0-2. Washington defeats Philadelphia 23-13. The Redskins, the defending Super Bowl champs, now 1-1, and the Eagles 1-1. Here we have 2 minutes and 28 seconds remaining to be played. The Browns are leading at 28-26 in what has been an excellent show by both sides. They have battled and battled and battled. Monty Clark, Bill Johnson on his right there, the white-haired gentleman.
Tiger Johnson.
Sipe and Rutigliano talking it over. Next week, remember, the Lions meet Atlanta. And on Thursday night of next week, the Browns will play the Bengals, the Battle of Ohio, Cleveland Stadium. Tickets still left. Gene, while we have a moment, I want to say thanks to our entire crew here in Detroit. This being an interconference game, it's not often that our NBC crew gets to Detroit where they have excellent support help. We thank you all very, very much for a great job. Nice day for our director, Lou Rainoni, who is right near his old hometown of Windsor, Ontario. And our producer, Mr. David Stern. Hope you've enjoyed the sights and sounds of this one. Again, it is Pruitt. Across the 10, down to the 7. And Mr. Pruitt is controlling this one at the moment all by his lonesome. Doug English, 78, and Alvin Hall, 35 on the tackle.
Well, he broke a few tackles on that run, but you still have to give credit to that offensive line. The key play, though, was when he made the first down on the play before. Pruitt running behind his right guard, Joe DeLamielleure picking up that very, very important first down.
That's Demetrius Johnson, the young rookie from Missouri, who is playing for William Graham at strong safety. He's going to have to come out of the lineup. We'll probably see Hector Gray, the third-year free agent from Florida State. Lions are out of timeout. Sims sitting it out. He had the bruised ribs late in this one. Had himself a fine game. The Lions have won 9 of 10 regular season games. In the last meeting, the year the Silver Dome opened, the Lions won here 21-10. Cleveland has a 28-26 lead right now. It was 14-14 at halftime. The Browns have the lead by 2. Been a very warm afternoon, as we mentioned at the start of the show. The temperature almost at 90 degrees here in the Silver Dome. No air conditioning in this building. Another final score. Chicago defeats Tampa Bay 17-10. In overtime, the Giants and Atlanta are going at it. Demetrius Johnson coming off. Demetrius, who played for Warren Powers at Missouri. Tigers opening with a win over Illinois yesterday. Hector Gray, number 26, comes in to replace him, and Seif is still getting some instructions. Houston and the Raiders will be coming your way as soon as we put the capper on this one. Gene, I know you've enjoyed this one.
Oh, this has been a wild one.
Not over yet. 2:21 to play. Browns 28, Lions 26. Second down and 3 at the 8.
Offside.
Pruitt getting down to the 3, but you called it offsides. It looked like the tight end, Harry Holt, number 81. That'll help the Lion cause a bit here.
If Cleveland doesn't score a touchdown, this game is not over by any means, because that'll put the Lions in a position to be able to come back.
Offside, number 81 of the offense.
You called it, Jay. That's number 81, Harry Holt, the man who jumped. But if Cleveland doesn't come up with 6 points, the Lions are in a position to come back and win it with a touchdown.
Brian Seif. Up on the right side, I don't know if you can see, but Art Modell, the great owner of the Cleveland Club. Mr. Modell coming back from very rugged health problems. This pass is incomplete. Oh, Pruitt almost had it. McNorton almost had it.
Jay, I think that shows how important this series is for Cleveland. They're taking a chance and putting the ball in the air. There's Bill Gay bearing down on Seif, trying to get the ball out to Pruitt. They almost come up with an interception.
The Lions don't have any more timeouts left, but we've got a lot of time. 2:11 left on the clock. The Raiders have taken an early lead. A 32-yard run by King. The extra point was wide. The Raiders lead Houston 6-0 in the early going. We'll be joining that action. Here the Browns have a 28-26 advantage. And it is going to be 3rd down and 8 for the Cleveland Browns of Sam Rutigliano at the 13-yard line.
See, I think the discussion on the sideline here is whether to run the football, try to use up some of the clock, then kick the field goal. Now you put the pressure on the Lions. They'll get the ball. They're out of timeouts. The clock has been wound down, and they would have to get a touchdown in order to win. Or do you take a shot and try to score yourself here?
Demetrius Johnson, the young rookie. The Giants beat Atlanta 16-13 overtime win for the New York Giants. That one was won by Ali Hadjashik. 30 yards the field goal. That's not easy for me to say, even if they did win it in overtime, 16-13. Back to this one. The Browns and the Lions in a dandy. 3rd and 8 at the 13. Sipe gives it off. Pruitt down to the 8. Not enough for the first down. Field goal time. Fantetti, number 57 on the tackle. Roosevelt Barnes, number 54. 2-minute warning is being given to both benches. Now, here comes another one of those fantastic finishes.
Alcoa presents Fantastic Finishes. 1978, Art Rooney's Steelers against the Browns. Bradshaw hands off to Blyer, who gives to Swan, who pitches back to Bradshaw, who whales a 40-yard strike to Benny Cunningham that beats the Browns in sudden death 15-9. The Steelers handle the ball no less than 6 times on a flea flicker that brings victory to Pittsburgh on the game's final play.
Here begins a brand new life for America's favorite recyclable beverage container. The stackable, lightweight, quick chilling, unbreakable, all aluminum can. Aluminum preserves the flavor and protects the taste. Aluminum. Its recyclability assures many, many happy returns. It's America's favorite.
We can't wait for tomorrow.
Here are the finals we have. Pittsburgh over Green Bay, 25-21. Buffalo, 10-6 over Cincinnati. Dallas over St. Louis. The Giants in overtime over Atlanta. A field goal from the 15, a 25-yarder. Barr kicks it up and good out of the hole of Paul McDonald. And that makes it 31-26. 1:57 remaining in the game, and the Lions need a touchdown to win it.
Well, there's a man who's going to lead the way, Gary Danielson. Of course, this would be a storybook finish if he could pull things out for the Lions. No timeouts left, 1:57. Gary's trying to get his troops pumped up.
A lot of time, 1:57 seconds. They do not have any timeouts, though. 31-26. The kickoff will come from the toe of Matt Barr. You'll see his brother Chris in a little while. Rick Kane and Alvin Hall. There's Barr. Kane and Hall are set to return. And that is Alvin Hall at the 15, the 20, in the middle at the 25, out to the 30, out to the 34-yard line. The tackle made by Scott Nicholas, number 58. 1:49 remaining to be played. 31-26 Cleveland. Gary Danielson rallied the Detroit Lions earlier. We've got Horace King now, number 25 in the lineup, playing for the injured Billy Sims. James Jones, number 30. Out of the shotgun, the Lions. Danielson throwing and completing. Leonard Thompson took it, stepped out of bounds at the 49-yard line in front of Larry Brazil. First down, Detroit. Pretty play.
Pretty throw. Leonard Thompson having a chance to catch a breather, get a little rested up. They're afraid of his speed. He's a guy who could bust it wide open for him, so I would expect they're going to double cover Leonard in each situation. The Browns have their 5 defensive backs in.
Rod Perry, the extra defensive back, number 40, is in there. Again, the shotgun for Detroit. Over the middle, it is complete. Jeff Chadwick, the rookie, at the 41-yard line. Clay Matthews on the coverage. A minute and a half to play. Lots of time, even though the Lions are out of timeouts. Again, it's the shotgun. Danielson trying to lead Detroit back. Danielson in trouble. On the run, out of bounds. Stops the clock with a minute and 14 left. Reggie Camp ran him out. Gene, we're looking at the shotgun. Vintage Red Hickey, San Francisco 49ers,
all right? Muddy Waters, Y.A. Tittle, and Mr. John Brody.
Yes, sir. This time he had to run for cover, though.
Well, he wanted to get out of bounds to stop the clock. Cleveland had double coverage that time on Leonard Thompson. Clay Matthews was over there trying to joust him around at the line of scrimmage, and they had Brazil behind him.
A minute 14 to play. Second down. Out of the shotgun. Whistle.
Could be illegal procedure against the Lions.
On the center.
Ball start on the center. Amos Fowler. I mentioned earlier that Fowler switched from guard to center in 1980, the 6-year man from southern Mississippi. That'll put it back at the 46.
Number 65, still second down.
72 seconds remaining.
Well, he's going to have to get the ball downfield and probably into the middle.
Throws outside. Jones out of bounds near the 40-yard line. Larry Brazil knocked him out. A little trouble with a snap on that play.
Well, Fowler, in this situation, is looking at the man in front of him. That's Golick. Gary was looking downfield. He wanted to get it down in the middle. Had his outlet receiver out there. Got the ball to him, and he knows that he's supposed to get out of bounds.
Third down and 8 at the 38. 1:05 left to play. Freddie Scott is back in, number 87, the 10-year veteran. The throw just off the outstretched fingertips of Mark Nichols, number 86. That almost looked like a catchable ball, Gene. Rod Perry, the nickelback, number 40, had the coverage over there.
Well, it was close. Rod Perry was playing him very tight. And Nichols decided to slide to the outside, and Danielson saw it, and he just barely missed it.
59 seconds left. The Lions are down to one play. The ball at the 38-yard line. Fourth down, 8 for the first down.
He's going to have to take a chance and throw it, I think, somewhere down in the middle of the field and hope that someone can come up with a big play or interference.
Danielson looking out of the shotgun. Over the middle, and oh, he couldn't hold on. Chadwick, the rookie, at the 20-yard line. Hanford Dixon, 29. Whitewell, 21, were there. Chadwick almost held on.
Well, he got it into the middle. That's really the only place you can get the football because they're double covering you on the outside, forcing you out wide, not much room there. Chadwick could have been a hero, but didn't come up with it. can't fault that guy, Gary Danielson. That was a nice throw.
He rallied him earlier, almost got the job done again. So close, but yet so far. And it's 31-26, the Browns. 53 seconds remaining. And the Browns just will hold on now.
Well, Jay, it's been an exciting football game. But lots of penalties, but lots of big plays.
It was 14-14 at halftime, and they really got at one another in the second half. Show you this last play one more time out of the shotgun. Danielson needing at least 8 for the first down.
And really the only place you can get a big play against this defense is across the middle. There you see Chadwick coming across. Ball really thrown pretty well. Reaches up. Ball goes through his hands for the incompletion. There you see Daniels on the sidelines. He, of course, would love to still be out there trying to score, but didn't make it this time.
10 seconds left to play, and that's going to do it. The Browns have come in here to the Silverdome, won their first game of the season on interconference standing. The Browns 31, the Lions 26. The two quarterbacks, Danielson and Sight, visiting. Boy, it was a good game, and everybody out there knows it.